Mania tonight, so we decided to put together a special stream just for you guys to celebrate the release. As you can tell, Jasmine provided these wonderful snacks in front of us. We have 6 people on the stream today. Daniel, welcome to Achievement Unlocked.
Thank you.
Welcome,
So
Daniel.
good to
Or should I say welcome
you know,
back, because you were with us during E3.
That's right. I mean, I love it. It's great to be here. You guys are amazing, great hosts. And for me to even be on a show about gaming, I'm in.
And Samuel is back, sporting an awesome Sonic Blue wig.
Oh my god, I miss all the hashtagians and hashtagging land. I really, really did. Guys, it's so good to be back and to see you, and hopefully I won't be absent too much longer.
Jasmine over here is sporting a Sonic shirt. It is so cute.
Gotta go fast, dude. You gotta go fast. Come on.
And thank you so much for providing the snacks.
Gotta go fast.
We've already broken into them and started snacking.
I did like a 90s theme to this because Sonic is part of the 90s and early 2000s. So we have cupcakes and ring pops for the Emerald Jewels. We have Capri Suns and Fruit Roll-Ups or Fruit by the Foot. Just in case you guys are wondering, like, why these snacks? We have the coins that you're supposed to be collecting or whatever. We have Funyuns for golden rings and Cheerios as well. But yeah, I got jiggy with it. I got really creative with it.
Well,
I love it.
Since tonight is the release of Sonic Mania, we have it streaming right now. We have the game. Joe and Maverick are over there. What's up, Joe and Maverick?
What up?
They are playing the co-op mode. I can see Joe's tail.
It's competitive mode. Yeah.
There is a co-op mode.
Super chat.
So
Super chat.
Where's the
Early
chili dogs? Kelly's vegetarian, so there's no chili dogs. There we go. That's my excuse out of that. Wait.
We have no chill e-dogs here. Sorry, no chill e-dogs.
No chill e-dogs.
Well, starting off with our gamer news, because this is still an Achievement Unlocked episode. Let's talk about what's been happening in the gamer world. First up, it sounds like EA is going to be getting into the Switch. How do you guys feel about that?
I'm not surprised, honestly. Like, the thing is, if you're playing FIFA or whatever, like, it's great to play, you know, playing sports games online and all over the place. I feel like that's kind of a cool idea, you know? I personally don't play, like, FIFA or anything else. Like, what else? I guess they do Call of Duty, don't they?
No. EA? I don't think they do Call of Duty. Maybe they do.
They do.
They do all this, like, Madden, FIFA.
They
have
do
the Battlefront.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
They have Battlefront.
A Battlefront on...
Don't they have Battlefield too? I think they have Battlefront and Battlefield.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yes, FIFA 18 is coming to the Switch. I myself am not a FIFA or Madden or sports game player. But Daniel, is this something that
Actually, Madden,
you're a Madden player?
pretty good on sticks. I'm sorry to say. You know what I'm saying? You guys want to have a Madden game? Come play against me, and you know you may lose. But it's good that you guys tried. You know,
Dude, it totally makes sense that EA is coming to the Switch because of the games that they provide. If you think about the Switch is for a family household.
Okay.
There's gonna be children. There's gonna be more casual like gamers, right? And those casual like gamers, FIFA actually is the #1 best-selling game in the whole world. You gotta keep that in mind. So everybody on the other side of the world where soccer is big, clearly not as big as it is here, but it's huge there. Sorry.
So you think internationally FIFA's going to be success on the Switch?
I believe that.
Super chat.
Oh, Super Chat!
What's up, Desert?
Save me a cup. You got it.
When are you going to be in the studio? Is it going to still be good?
It will be.
I thought maybe you want to show up, you know.
You gotta go fast and come get one. But other games that EA has includes Plants vs. Zombies, which is really popular amongst children.
I played that a lot.
Yeah, it was fun.
Only on the mobile phone.
So, I mean, that makes sense. If it comes to the Switch, I think it'll be great.
Now, there is still some speculation on whether they'll be releasing more of their games on the Switch or if they're going to be creating new content especially for the Switch.
So you're thinking possibly new IPs for the Switch?
Possibly. That is still speculation from their part, nothing confirmed.
Well, honestly, if they did...
Would that excite you guys a little more about it?
Yes.
Not entirely. EA is nothing...
You're not into it.
It's the thing is, EA is kind of hit and miss because, I mean, Battlefront and Battlefield are great and all, but honestly, for a Switch, I would see them maybe expanding their IP on Plants vs. Zombies because it just, you know, it already goes handheld.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. You're down?
I'm down. I'm already down.
So down?
Man, come on. A sports game that I can take with me.
Yeah.
Especially me, I like to be a creator. I like to actually go places and do things. And come on, I can just do that and I'm like, yeah, I'm better than everybody. I have a Vita.
Yeah.
Right? That says a lot. That says a lot.
Wow, I have a Vita too, and I never use it.
See, yeah, there you go. If you want to, you should sell me yours. I can have two. But yeah.
Now, speaking of the Switch is actually back in stock at GameStop starting today in limited supply. So if you want it, you better go check out GameStop website to find out which stores near you have it. Reserve it right away. It's at that regular $299.99 price point.
So when you say limited supply, you basically need no supply because everyone's got them already.
Probably.
Well, we got the news today, so yeah, they're gone.
Yeah,
Sorry,
they're
guys.
gone.
No, they might be there tomorrow morning. I would definitely, like Kelly said.
Hashtag lies.
Now, in interesting little tidbit of news is that esports is actually being considered an Olympic sport for 2018.
Team USA!
Nothing official. Can't say it to you.
Love that.
They've been debating this. They've been playing this concept for a while.
If the countries are trying to, so a lot of this kind of sparked when the closing ceremonies of the 2016 Olympics in Tokyo had featured Pac-Man and Mario, and that was like, oh wow, like they have the video games, which I think it's because Tokyo is really well known for those characters. But the co-president of the Paris Olympic Committee plans to hold talks with esports officials and the International Olympic Committee about adding competitive games to the capital G Games.
I'm actually kind of surprised it hasn't happened sooner.
Well, the problem with it is the speculation on what is considered sport based on activity or based on like the game.
Well, here's the thing: if we're talking about what is considered a quotation sport, we've had chess, and I think we still have chess as part of the Olympic sport. And esports,
I actually did not know that.
Yeah, even esports is more,
Way
active
more
than
intense.
chess.
Yeah.
And the thing is, honestly, again, I'm actually surprised that they haven't, because they were talking about it in 2011, 2012, that there could be an IOC as early as 2017. So I am surprised that's taking this long to create an IOC for it. And honestly, it will be the most watched Olympic Games in the history of Olympic, in televised Olympic history.
It's true. I believe it because esports has a huge following. I mean, even the Dota 2 champions had a prize pool of $24 million.
Yep. Dota is the number one.
And an even larger viewership. So
Dota is
insane.
Dota 2,
esports
right?
is big. There's a lot of money in it. There's a lot of fans viewing it.
Here's the funny thing about esports. The most popular ones aren't like Call of Duties or anything like that. It's actually games that have been around forever. Like Counter-Strike has $1 million prize pool, League of Legends, Dota 2. Like these older games have it because it's a low barrier to play. Like I don't need the biggest thing. Like this potato right here, I've had it for like a couple of years now. Like, it can play those games, and if I really want to, I can go in, be the best that no one ever was, and and get these $1 million prize
Nice. Nice.
So, Daniel and Jasmine, are you guys on board with it being an Olympic sport?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Overwatch is my team, and that's officially an esport now, so they just actually announced the teams that made the final cut, which includes Team USA, so I'm super excited to watch Overwatch champion.
You know, it would be cool though. Let's assume that they say no, fuck this is not a real sport or whatever.
Yeah.
What if there was like a esports Olympics where it's just video games?
Okay.
That could be
there
awesome.
is something similar to that already. We have EVO every year in Las Vegas that happens in July, and that is a fighting game, competitive sports. So it's just games such as fighting games, Street Fighter, Tekken, Smash Brothers, Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, soon to be Dragon Ball Fighter Z, and so forth. So we have that, but that doesn't include other games such as Dota, StarCraft, Overwatch, and whatever else that's competitive that you can play. Yeah. So I mean, I would like to see it on a bigger scale. I would like to see it as a movie.
Mike Templeton says he'll take gold in comp Pokemon.
Oh really?
Charizard's a bitch move, dude. Just saying.
Daniel, do you have any thoughts on the esports Olympic possibility?
Honestly, I think it's great. Like you said,
Would you watch it?
Chess is actually
it's
sport.
still a thing.
You
It's
know
still
what?
a thing.
Yes, I would. Because I've sat and watched curling. Just because it was in the
Yeah.
You watched it like
So-
actively and like voluntarily?
yeah, because it was considered a sport. If gaming becomes a sport, the first sport that I will really, really enjoy besides wrestling, I will really, really enjoy.
Really?
So, yeah, I'm honest.
What kind of game would you like to see played? Is there any video game like it doesn't have to be one that even makes sense. Just like I would
Tetris.
love to see this played like competitively. Tetris, that's funny.
Tetris.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or actually, you know what would be really good? Speedrun
The
tournaments.
snack monster over here.
Snack monster.
What do you guys think about speed tournaments as a
That yes.
That would be cool.
That would be amazing. It depends on the game, but Twitch does that, and they have like a charity thing for games done quick, and they raise a record amount every year. It's always like a couple $1 million they raise, and it goes to
Speedrunning as an Olympic
research.
sport for video games would be so
I think that would be
freaking
cool. I would
That would
love
be
to
cool.
see. Yes.
And that would take some skill. I mean, not necessarily active skill, but like your eyes would be like on point. Like, yeah.
And speaking of Dota, there was actually an AI that beat one of the top Dota players
Dendi.
in a
No
championship.
way.
Wow.
It was entered in to kind of train the AI. It was from OpenAI, which is a nonprofit AI research firm backed by Elon Musk, and the company's mission is to promote responsible AI development, aka computers that will take over the world. And,
Yeah, there we go. That's
Most
what that
likely.
means.
But
Westworld.
Musk actually claims that AI is greater risk than North Korea. That's what he believes.
I mean,
What?
but I mean, that's a little out of context, though. The thing is, like, you can sit there and say they can be a threat greater than North Korea, but we're not there yet. I mean, if it's 30, 40 years down the line, maybe. The thing is, I feel like AI is more benevolent, where it's like, we're not going to kill you, we're not going to enslave
They
you, but we're
just put
taking
down
things
an
away.
AI robot like last week.
They what?
They just put down a robot last week because it was too intelligent.
Yeah, it made its own language.
Yeah. There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
I've heard
Yeah.
about that
I
one.
did hear about
Yeah.
that.
Well,
Wasn't it a
people, it
Facebook?
was basically
Wasn't it
communicating
a
with it.
Facebook
I think
like
it was Facebook or
AI?
Twitter. I think it was Twitter.
Yeah, okay, Twitter AI.
But yeah, people were like tweeting at it. It was supposed to learn based on like the younger generation's talk, and it became like a Nazi racist or something like that.
What?
Yeah, they did it on purpose, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, they were
Okay.
trolling.
They were trolling the AI.
But this bot, it learned all through self-play. It started out playing the game with no knowledge.
played
And
itself, right?
It was playing itself,
Wow.
and then
You played yourself.
it bested the Ukraine Dota 2 player Dendi in 2 rounds, and he surrendered. He's like, no way. But he did say that he found the bot fun and challenging to play with. It was like, competitive. It was challenging. It was something new.
Well, here's the thing. If it's self-learning, that means it learns all of Dende's moves, and now Dende's fucked.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's got the top players' moves. There was also some new Overwatch news this week. Jasmine, tell us about this wonderful.
I like the Overwatch expert.
You are Overwatch.
Actually, yeah, I'm the one who was like, let's talk about Overwatch. So there is a brand new game mode. It is a death mode, where it is a free-for-all. You're not on a team.
Finally.
You are entering with, I believe, a total of 10 players, maybe 12 players.
Ooh.
And, can you hit me with Pacific Cooler, please? Or Fruit Punch. Did you drink all the Pacific Cooler?
No, maybe. I don't know.
Oh my god!
It has a minion on it. Be happy.
Okay, guys, chat, which is the best Capri Sun flavor? Pacific Cooler, all the way.
Pacific
But,
Cooler.
so what you do, it's free for all, and you enter, and it's a new map, and it's actually Chateau something. It's Widowmaker's map. It's in France, and it's pretty cool. It's in a really pretty area of France. It's like actually based off of something. It's pretty. It's supposed to be like her house. I
Assassin's
guess.
Creed style.
It's just an open mansion.
That's it.
I think if you've watched Oceans, one of the Oceans, was it 12? I don't know, producer maybe can tell me, but it was the one where it was a French guy that had stolen the paintings. I think it was 12. The one that stole the paintings, he went through this whole laser sequence.
Oh yeah.
So it's almost like that. It's like open
Yeah.
mansion sort of situation from, it looks like it's from there. Anyway, so they have that, and then they also have, the new map and the new mode. That's about it. And Joan Corrette got a buff. And
Yes!
one of my
Yes!
I remember you were saying
He
that.
has
Now you just got into Overwatch.
Just got.
Oh yeah, that's right, your daughter.
Yeah, that's right.
So what's it
She
like
got
the
it,
first
so-
time? Man?
Well, it's really interesting. I will say it's very interesting, but I'm not a guy that likes to play those
I'm sorry.
games because
Clarify
immediately
interesting.
okay,
What is interesting?
one, it looks amazing.
Okay.
pretty, right?
Visually,
It's pretty.
oh, it's
Pretty.
pretty.
It's
It's
Blizzard.
pretty. Like I look at this like, why can't other games be like this? But then again, I did like BioShock Infinite, which
It was pretty too.
Very
I
great
like
look.
BioShock Infinite a lot.
very great look. But
Total fan.
this looks amazing.
Yes.
Right off the bat.
Yes.
I will say the gameplay is not hard. is not hard. I thought it was going to be like so complicated for me.
No, it's easy to learn.
Yeah.
Newbies
I was
can
like,
pick
oh
it
my
up.
gosh. It was
I was
easy.
thinking you said it's not hard. I'm like, what do you mean not hard?
Well,
You mean
competitive,
Yeah.
but picking it up.
Yeah, picking it up.
True.
But
True.
playing with other people, it's
That people
when you're not in the
can
noob room and you actually
Yeah.
go to it. I immediately start off and they're like, all right, I'm coming out of the Reaper room. All right, all right, I'm dead. All right, I'll come out again. Bah, okay, I'm dead again. All right, I'm gonna boom. I'm dead. Okay, I don't want to play this anymore. And I'm like, because I just kept being Reaper, and every once in a while I just want die, and then I died after that. So it was like, all right, I'm done, but I'll watch my daughter play forever because she knows how to play. I'm like, yeah, this is dope. I just can't play.
So what characters did your daughter pick? I'm kind of curious.
Oh my gosh.
What are her top 3 picks?
She does this Reaper, she does this such a mess.
Symmetra?
Is that it? Okay, maybe.
Is there any other S characters?
What's the one with
What does he look like?
I'm trying to think of the one with the visor.
Symmetra.
No, Soldier.
That's Symmetra.
Oh.
That's both Soldier and Symmetra. Was it a girl?
Yeah, it's a girl.
Okay, that's Symmetra.
Symmetra, Reaper, and I forgot who else.
That's fine.
Farrah.
Diva, probably.
What's he look like?
She's
Big
a
robot.
pink mega.
Huge robot.
Yes!
With the
There you go.
button. Yeah,
Yep,
how'd I know?
okay.
How'd I
There you
know?
go.
Alright.
Alright, cool.
Now, sorry, was there
That's
more?
about it. Oh yeah, he got a buff, and it's a pretty cool buff. And that's about it.
And have you tested any of this yet?
It's on the PTR. I haven't tested it. I don't care about deathmatch because our death mode just
Oh, come on,
because
it's gonna be awesome.
it's a sniper's paradise, and I
Yeah.
don't.
Yes.
I am not a
sniper.
fan of.
Oh, I love
I
the
am not a
snipe.
sniper character, so they actually have
I'm
like
the biggest
little.
dick move in the game.
I hate it when I played it. Snipers all day. They just like see me coming up.
They're,
It's
It's great for snipers, especially since they have like trampolines in the mansion, so you could like jump on it and then do that.
Strictly
scope.
in the mansion?
In the mansion, have trampolines, so you can bounce on it, kind of like the
the.
Oasis map, and you can jump and like quick scope. So anybody and anything in that game. So no,
I like how my Templeton was like, start with an S. Diva.
Oh, it was Symmetra.
In other big game news, No Man's Sky got a really big update, and it actually brought it up. It is now mostly positive in Steam. It has mostly positive reviews in Steam.
And ladies and gentlemen, let me just say, I saw this coming.
Yeah.
I've been saying this for freaking months.
Daniel, you need
It's
some
gonna
more
get playable.
Where
Give it a
are
year.
my ears?
Here's the thing, guys.
You need some blue.
So they have a multiplayer setup now. They have a "You Are Here" place, so you know where you're at in the universe, and they have 30 hours of actual like questing gameplay. Like they worked really hard to make this a game that people want to play, and it got to the point where now PC Gamer, Kotaku, all of the things people are going, oh, this is finally playable. In fact, it's gonna be so playable that I'm gonna go ahead and play it tomorrow on the stream on Wednesday, special 3 o'clock.
Welcome back to the
Yes.
stream. I'm excited about this.
Oh,
And
yeah.
what I'm most excited about is that you can now explore other players, which is one thing they promised
Yes.
in the beginning and did not deliver. Now it's actually possible.
Wait, and the best part is it's up to, what is that, 6, 7 players at a time to explore a planet together, put your fucking headgear on, start talking with each other and finding cool things on a planet. Yes, I want that!
Like, I'm into that.
Did you ever try No Man's Sky yet?
No, I didn't.
You're tempted now?
Well, I heard about the whole thing about being able to explore, never having that moment to. I was like, forget it. I'm not in for it.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, why would you tell me that you're going to be able to do that? And then finally, when the game comes, oh yeah, we're
So-
and I was like, when?
And that's not all. Not only is all that stuff there, but they upgraded the textures as well, so it's now a smoother experience. But wait, there's more! And of course, they actually changed the algorithm on their creatures, so not everything looks the same on every single planet. And
Which it did for after a little while. It started to all kind of.
honestly, I saw the same creatures 10 planets in.
Like with one thing
Watched
tweaked, it was.
Yeah.
Was this update free?
Yeah, I think it's included.
It
with the
better
game.
have been free.
My Templeton.
And they also added a patch like 2 days after fixing crashes, so they are on top of it. They're doing things like they are actually responding to stuff quick.
Now, the thing is, I think it's going to be continuing to slow and bring people in eventually. But I'm hoping maybe the next patch is the one where everybody massive dives in. Like one more patch and the game's ready. That's how I see it.
Mike added that you actually can't see the other players. Unfortunately, they show up as a glowing orb when they're next.
I mean, that's still okay. I mean, like I said,
hopefully they build on that.
Yeah.
It's something that they'll work towards, but I'm just happy that you can actually do stuff with people now.
yeah. And the thing is, I knew No Man's Sky, like when you get it, when you first get it, you know, it's not going to be everything they promised, but you know, with as much money as people sunk into that game, they're not going to sit there and go, here you go, and run away. Like, they're going to build on that game, and they're going to continue to do it.
When you do play with other players, it has to be... No Man's Sky is on all 3 consoles, right? Or...
It's on PlayStation, it's on PC, I'm not sure.
So it's not, but it's not shared world, so I can't... If I was on PC, I can't share with you the same world as if you're on Xbox.
Well, no, what... Oh, you're talking about cross-playing?
Yeah, cross-playing, yeah.
I don't know if it's on cross-platform just yet. I do know that if you have a friends list, you can, like, you can add people to your planet, sort of.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, No Man's Sky is still no for me.
Oh, no for you?
No,
That's it?
sorry.
This doesn't bring you back?
No, because it messed me up. I spent a good amount. So No Man's Sky, Daniel, I don't know if you ever heard about it, but it's very...
Looks like
so this is pretty big news because it might bring people back in.
Yeah.
So
It
think about Pokemon Go, right? So Pokemon Go was hyped, but it deserved that hype, right? And then it died.
Right.
No Man's Sky was hyped, and it deserved none of that hype because the game was messed up for a lot of players. It was what they tried to do was something no one's ever done before, which is randomizing for lots of players. So lots of players got stuck on planets, could never get out of it, spent hours. Lots of players found luck, and they were able to play the game quickly. So they lost a lot of their fan base. Like, I actually got the game, spent money on the game, played it. I was stuck on my planet. But I think Kelly had luck.
I got stuck on my planet too.
Oh, you did?
When I first got the game, I was up all night one night. Like, I played it for like 6 hours a night because I couldn't freaking find fuel for my spaceship. I was stuck on a moon. No, but I was stuck on a moon with nothing on it. Not even animals, no plants. There was like one element on there, and it didn't need it. I didn't need it. I needed fuel, and I couldn't find it, and I freaking wander around this giant planet for
To die. To die on your planet.
we got off of it.
Just a quick hello to everyone in the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. Some people are new in the chat, so just to let them know what's happening, we are streaming the brand new Sonic Mania game. It just came out today, so we have Joe and Maverick playing the game.
Speaking of Joe and Maverick,
they're getting really good, actually.
How's it going over there, guys?
Let's check in with them right now.
All of the 2 buttons that we use.
We're doing great.
Who's playing right now?
Maverick.
Maverick's playing?
They quit out of competition.
Team effort. Team effort.
Team effort.
We're on a team.
Really?
Are you enjoying the game?
Yeah.
Joe, you realize it's only
When I
one
go
person
fast, I
playing,
enjoy
right?
the game.
He's
Joe's just playing with the controller,
Go
hoping
further back. Yeah, go further back. And then
Captain Big Rep Watch.
Do you ever do that with your brother where it's like, here.
Wait, don't jump. Don't jump. Go back.
Young
Go back.
Bobby controller and yours too. Go ahead, we're on teams.
It's like when somebody wants to play the game, they're like, wait, till I'm like 5 years old. Like, here, I'm
I'm watching.
We said
Okay.
You gotta stay still, Maverick.
That's not how it happens.
Watch. How did you?
You have to be flying already, and then you pick me up.
Oh yeah.
Mike Templeton says, who stuck his little brother in playing Tails?
That would be Joe.
There, now pick me up.
It's Joe.
You guys are great.
Thanks.
This is so great.
So great.
Wow. I love
Well,
this.
actually, Maverick's doing pretty well. I just think Joe's having a little trouble being Tails.
Hashtag best thing ever.
It is hard.
Who's
Like, you
up to
don't know. You really don't know the things.
I like it.
Controller.
Someone tell the Sonic players to hold down and push jump. Please, it's killing me.
That's the
Sonic
funny.
players spin dash.
You're frustrated and guilty.
Hold down, push jump. This is funny.
So, we've...
I'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out. They're good. Good job, guys. You're doing great. Positive
Dude, that's
reinforcement. You guys are great. Next up, we have a box sent in from Larry Newton. We're going to put it up on the stream.
Damn box is
Jasmine,
dope.
can you reach that box?
Yes.
Loot! That's sexy.
That's hilarious. That helps out so much.
I wish someone would have done that before.
That's so funny. Thanks, Guilty. They're actually now progressing in the game.
They're doing great. They're doing great. You guys are doing great.
Mike says double tap
Yay.
jump to drop dash. I don't know what that means, but
Oh, you want to go up?
You know,
Okay, moving on to this box.
Alright.
Let's rip off the tape.
All right, Kelly,
Go.
All
you can do the honors.
Time to make a lot of people jealous.
We gotta
Wait. We can't post that up. We can't post that up there.
Wait, here, I'll lift.
Wait.
I'll cover you lift. There we go. So,
Nice
Larry,
sports.
you had to cover your just so no one,
Yeah, we
DJ
don't
or
want to
anything.
get.
hurry up and
too
look.
here, guys.
Larry, if you're watching, sorry. Sorry.
Do we have a
Does
thing?
anyone have a knife?
Keys?
I have a keys.
Keys would be great, actually.
So, for those who aren't tracking, we gotta.
Oh yeah, straw's great.
There we go.
This was sent from Larry Newville to the Achievement Unlocked. I heard that there was something in here for Sam, I believe.
While we are
I heard the
unboxing this,
hookup.
you guys, please let us know if you're interested in getting the Sonic Mania game. By the way, it's only $20 to buy digitally, so it's on a full
Sonic Mania is on Steam.
Look, there's
Oh,
a Sam one right there.
Oh my
Right
God,
on top.
Ooh,
Jasmine's got
I got
real
this
now.
Pac-Man cup from Mr. Larry. Thank you. This is awesome. I
Dang.
like this.
Larry hooked us up.
That is
show the camera right there.
So,
show the camera the front.
It says Sam on it, but it's also this
HDTV
cup,
yeah.
and it's got like a little maze all over it.
And it changes color.
And it changes color.
That's legit. That
There
is
we go.
a
Yeah, there we
rad
go.
cup.
Yes.
That's so cool.
So
I like
cool.
how Mike's like, that's not a knife.
Mr. Larry, thank you
This is a
so
knife.
much.
Yeah, right?
Over this
This is okay.
That's not a K. This is a K.
Boom. Look at
That
that.
is awesome. That is so
So
legit.
cool.
That is rad. And here's
I'm gonna
another
drink
Oh
one.
my gosh. And when it turns cold, it turns brown like beer.
Here's
Oh, another one. I got a
wait.
shirt.
What is this?
I don't
Oh
know.
my
We're gonna
gosh.
bust this mofo open. Owie.
Oh my gosh.
What happened?
I'm excited.
Oh, there
This
we
is
go.
rubber band.
Shh, roll it
Show
out.
us what it is.
Bloop.
Other way.
Oh.
Other way.
Other
I actually saw this shirt and I was thinking this is awesome. And it
Apparently had
says,
Sam written all over
don't
it.
move a muscle. I'm gonna shoot your duck.
Duck hunt. Legit.
awesome.
Legit.
Mr. Larry,
I wish
thank you
you were
so much. I'm gonna wear this. I'm gonna wear this on the stream tomorrow, man. So check out the stream. I'll wear it.
He's also sent us some booze for our next
Oh.
board
the Game of Thrones one?
Thrones season. Larry,
Fucking Jasmine.
No comment.
There is another season. I don't know.
Next, I believe
Another
there's
bottle.
another bottle of Game of Thrones booze.
Is it Greyjoy? Is it a Greyjoy bottle?
Wait. No, it
No.
says Wildlife Ridge Winery.
Joe, I don't know if you've seen
Sugar
this.
Reaches Sweet White Wine.
No, Joe shouldn't be seeing this. This is Achievement Unlocked.
Oh, that's
Yeah, buddy.
Wait, after dark, didn't you guys get something?
we did.
Okay.
Game Pop!
Okay.
Legit
Nom
Game Pop!
nom nom nom.
Yay.
Thank you so much.
I feel
for
dead
the
with
Game Pop.
sugar
Oh,
inside.
cute. Look how cute his little controller
What?
He's also cute. Thank you.
Here you go, Daniel.
Oh, no way.
Just
What?
go for it.
What?
This is
Step the side of the wheel.
I'm putting these right on my
This is
keychain.
amazing.
Yes, thank
Oh
you.
my gosh.
These are so rad. These are awesome. Thank you so much, Larry. And thank you for sending this to us. Thank you for the wine. This will come in handy for our next season of Board Game of Thrones or whatever Game of Thrones or board game segment that we
Let's
do
be honest,
next.
I'm gonna drink them tonight.
Okay. First of all, they're a little melted.
They're a
That's
little
my bad.
melted.
They're in my cart. What the fuck?
What?
You are like a cake artist or something? Because like these cake pops are
Legit.
They're
They're
really
legit.
This one has like stripes on it.
What?
What? I'm gonna put this in the fridge.
I know we're talking
Yeah,
about
those
everything.
need to, those got a little warm.
I'm
Yeah.
extremely excited simply just for the keychain. I mean, everything else is good.
I like how your ears are
Look
moving.
at this. Like, this is amazing. I love the fact that
Larry, thank you so much. Really appreciate you. I hope you watch this.
It's great.
Man, I'm gonna play some Sonic.
It's time. It's time to go to play some Sonic. Who wants to switch out? Anyone want to switch out?
Tag team? No. They're lost
They're
in
in
the
the
sauce.
We just got the hang of it though.
Oh, good.
Well,
Switch out in a little bit.
while we're waiting for them to die,
Yeah, pretty
let's
much.
go move on to some
Real quick,
Sonic.
tell me how to catch the UFO.
Okay, so yeah,
We
they're gonna die very
figure that
soon.
out.
You gotta figure it out. You got.
Hit that thing. Hit,
Oh, God, hit that thing. Alright, they're gonna die very soon. Hit that thing.
Anyway.
Any hoozles?
Man, this is.
Are you guys ready for some Sonic trivia?
Yes.
Test your Sonic knowledge.
Yes, please.
Oh man,
Yes.
I'm ready for it.
Alright.
Dude, you should have that thing down right now.
I have some multiple choice or
Yeah, they
also true or false questions to make it a little bit easier for you guys in case there's something that you guys are completely stumped on. But hopefully this is right up your guys' alley. First question. What year was Sonic first released? Was it 1985, 1989, 1991, or 1995?
Ding! 1991.
91.
That was not an option. It was 85,
91.
89, 91.
I said 91.
You said 81.
Oh, I said
Yeah,
91.
91.
91? All of you guys 91?
Yeah.
That is correct. Woo! I was in 91.
Yay!
There you go.
I was 3 years old when it came out, and I got to play it.
Same,
Right.
okay?
Yeah.
So you knew. You see?
I played it on OG.
Jeez.
Alright, next
3 years old,
question.
huh?
Why? Oh, here's the buzzer. We might need one
Whoa.
more for the other. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Here, move it over there. Okay. So here's your buzzer. You guys have buzzers over there. You guys have to share one.
Okay.
Next up. Oh, Larry Newmill! We just
Oh my
Thanks
gosh!
for joining us.
Thanks for the
Okay, let's do this all together, guys. 3, we're gonna sing Sega.
Okay.
You know the Sega.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Sega!
Yeah, there we go.
We're beautiful.
There you go. Thanks, Larry.
My next Sonic trivia question is, why was Sonic created? Was it because hedgehogs were a popular pet in the 90s? Sega requested a mascot character, or they wanted to compete with Mickey Mouse?
B.
It was him, and that's correct.
Oh!
Yes!
Sega requested that they have a mascot character, and that's why.
I like these.
he was
I like
created.
these buzzers. Can we use these for now on?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
For my next question, what world record does the Sonic franchise hold? Is it longest running comic book series based on a video game, best-selling game on the Sega system, I'm finished, let me finish. Best-selling retro game compilation, or all of the above?
Worst game of 2000 through 2010.
Oh my
That
god.
was not one of them, so you automatically disqualified.
It's B.
You guys B?
What is it?
Daniel?
I will be.
Incorrect, it's all the above.
All the
They
above?
actually have been awarded 7 Guinness records.
Huh.
That's compilation,
7
really? I didn't know
Guinness
that.
records. Now here's
Here's the comic book thing that got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That
not a
was-
record.
that was true. They have been their longest running comic book series based on a video game.
Oh,
There's
based
one
on a
more-
video game.
There's one more there.
Wait, even Mario?
It's what it said. True or false? In most Sonic games, a hit causes the player to lose all their rings.
True.
This is correct. For my next question,
Get your hand off the buzzer.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that a rule?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is now.
which of the
Cheater,
following is a real name of a Sonic animated series? Is it Sonic F, Sonic X, Sonic and Tails, or Sonic and Friends?
Shit.
That's mine. Sonic X.
You are correct.
Yep.
Wait, which one was it or which one was?
It was. Real name.
Wait,
It
I
was
thought
Sonic
Sonic.
and
By the way, I
Friends.
thought Sonic and Friends was no, really.
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
Just live with the fact that you're
Okay,
wrong
yo,
and you lost.
Mandela effect. Okay.
Mandela.
True or false? Sonic appears in Wreck-It Ralph.
True.
This is true. That's all my trivia questions for today. That was
Nice.
all my trivia questions.
love Wreck-It
I
Ralph.
hope you guys enjoyed them.
I can't
Came up with them myself.
I like that.
Thank you.
I like that.
Thank you. The hardest part was making up fake stuff.
Who would win in a race, the Flash or Sonic?
Flash. Easily the Flash.
Probably the Flash.
I'm gonna go with the Flash because it has not yet been proven that the Sonic can go back in time.
True.
And the thing
Or
is,
forward in time.
You gotta go fast.
Either way.
and the thing is, the Flash is a much better improviser with his powers than I think mostly anyone in the DC.
I just started watching The Flash. I'm on season 2, episode 8.
And how do you like it?
Season 2 kind of sucks. I don't like Iris. She gets on my nerves. I like Patty
Oh
though.
my god, you just
Iris gets
anything
on my
Ernie
nerves,
whatever.
girl.
You're part of the Church of Ernie.
Girl.
whatever.
Oh, is he?
Oh my god,
Is
that's
he-
Ernie's
I
thing.
love
Church
Cisco.
of Ernie.
I hate Iris. I
Mike
hate
Templeton
Iris.
says Sonic is
It's
the
the
fastest thing alive.
There we go.
It's in the thing.
Sonic,
We'll talk about
he
the
can
Flash
really
later, guys.
move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic,
Should play that
he's the
song.
fastest thing alive.
You're not wrong, Mike. You're not wrong.
That was the song for the show. Yeah, see? I am a Sonic fan, guys. That's
Sonic
right.
CD established
That's right, yeah.
your time. Wow. Hitting us with the facts. Dude,
All
bro.
right.
Did not know that.
What is that?
But I still voted for Flash. Sorry, Mike.
Sonic CD established Sonic can run through time.
This is true. The Flash is
Oh,
not
wow,
Jake
really?
the
I didn't know
person.
that.
Well, Sonic is the best.
Flash is the fastest person alive.
Yeah.
No, what did it say? I'm
Sonic is
Flash,
the-
fastest man alive.
Well, I mean,
That leaves it open for women.
That's it. There you go.
well, the
There you
Flash
go.
is 6 feet tall. Like Sonic's what, 2 feet, I think.
Yeah,
Like 2 feet.
He's a hedgehog, guys.
No way, he's tall.
No,
All right,
he's
who
tall.
wants to tag into the game?
I do.
Jasmine and
Yeah, okay, me and Jasmine. I'll go with
Jasmine and
Jasmine.
Daniel, Joe and Maverick. You want to come on over here?
Yeah.
Hold on, let us fight this guy.
We're the
Oh
boss.
my
Wait,
god.
Oh, they're gonna lose in 2 seconds. That's fine.
Yeah.
how do we beat the boss?
Nope.
Nope. Oh, come
Tell
on.
him,
You guys
tell
can
him.
see. You just did. There you go.
Tell
You're
him.
figuring it out right there.
There you go.
Oh, you guys are
Get
gonna
the head. You got it.
Oh, they're gonna die. They're gonna die.
Where's my
Dude, I don't know.
So, did you guys know Michael Jackson actually did the music
Yeah, we-
for
we-
Sonic 3?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you guys didn't know that? Oh, that's like
Solid effort, guys. Good job.
In fact, they didn't actually sit there and verify it for a lot of years. Like, they didn't verify until I think like 2010. Yeah.
I can move down there.
I got it.
We're playing musical chairs. Stand by.
What's up, guys?
I'm not feel stinky.
Anyone want to wear yours?
Are you gonna add
He's
two?
wearing his. This is from Larry Nichols. He sent us some Game of
It's-
Thrones.
Oh,
What's
it's
that? It's in the fridge.
Oh,
Oh no, me.
I like
Daniel
your-
Dragons.
Oh, God.
okay. Alright, cool. So how was the game?
It was great.
First impressions.
It brought me back to my childhood.
Accurate to the franchise?
Yes. However,
Comma.
we played competitive mode. We didn't like it as much, so we played co-op mode.
Yeah, that was bad.
And
Much better.
that was more fun for us.
Now,
Because then we could figure it out together. What blew my mind was why is there so many, like the controller, I guess, it wasn't that controller from when the game first came
No,
out.
no, no, no.
Right. So then that was throwing me off because there were so
different
many
controls.
things.
Yeah.
I was like, how do I just go? Like, but it was only like 2 buttons that do everything, the entire thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is there
Simpler
anything
time.
you disliked? Lillian.
But like, I didn't,
Just
if I
competitive?
wasn't like in a ball, I kept dying.
So basically, tip from Maverick is stay in a ball.
Stay in the
Stay in a
ball.
ball. Stay in a ball. Anything you dislike?
No, I thought it was fun.
There we go.
Do you think that this is open to all age ranges?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
easily.
heck
Yeah.
Yeah?
We haven't played in like, I don't know, like 20 years, I feel like.
Yeah, and we made it to the second boss level. Yes, we did.
Good job.
Now, on the teamwork mode or on competitive mode?
Teamwork mode.
Super chat.
Super chat, what's up, Larry Newbill?
What up, Larry?
He asked, what's y'all's favorite music background from Sonic games?
Casino Night Zone.
Yes.
I like Casino Nights. Although I like the oil one too. The oil one was kind of like.
Why are we playing Sonic the Hedgehog background music on this?
What should be?
We should be like
Copyright.
Michael Jackson.
We know
Who
the right.
forgot Michael Jackson?
We know the right.
Cut me a break.
Larry Newbill's was Ice Cap Zone from Sonic 3, and he just got his Power Morphicon Gold Pass today! Woo! We'll be seeing the Power Morphicon.
Maverick, do you want
Friends?
to talk to us about how you auditioned for the Pink Ranger in the movie?
Did you actually?
He just thinks I should have, which I should have. I would have known.
I can see that. I can
Where
see
were
that.
you at promoting and letting me know when we're supposed to audition? You guys do that. We do that here at the hashtag show.
Shots fired. Pew, 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 pew.
I don't have anything to say about that.
Kelly, what do you think about the game? Obviously, this is kind of like your jam.
I love it. I think that I like that they kept it just like the classics.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not into the 3D. There is that one specialty mode where it's like 3D where you're running trying to find the UFO.
Okay.
I'm not into that one as much, but for the most part, all the regular stages are very nostalgic and reminiscent of the original form.
Mhm.
So I'm into it.
I have a question.
have
So
an answer.
Maverick said that there was a girl hedgehog.
It was Amy.
Yes.
Amy. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pink and
No.
white. Like her clothing's white, right?
I don't remember her.
She wasn't in the old ones though. She was in that weird 2000 era that no one.
Sam,
cared
why do you
about.
hate Sonic?
I don't. I like the 90s Sonic. I don't like the 2000 Sonic. And
The
only-
3D, the 3D Sonic.
Yeah.
So you like this Sonic, but you don't like the
Oh yeah, no. The classic Sonic is bad. I would almost argue that it's better than Mario. Arguably almost better than Mario. They're definitely apples and oranges. They're both good in their own rights.
My little brother, at 6 years old, was really starting, he started to get into Netflix, and they have Sonic the Hedgehog. He's became so in love with it and watches it all the time. They have it on Wii, so he plays the newer Sonic, and then with Sonic the Hedgehog for Halloween.
Oh, how cute!
Yeah,
That's really cute. I love seeing younger generations still dressing up like a Sonic the Hedgehog and playing Sonic the Hedgehog. Because there's a lot of stuff that's been dated. A lot of games, for example Tetris, kids today don't even play that as much. Other franchises, it's oh, that's from the 80s, that's from the 90s. But
Like Saved by the Bell.
Like Saved by the Bell. But I like that their kids today are even still playing Sonic. Sonic is still making games, and I love it.
Just now.
Even if Sam doesn't like it.
It's not that I don't like it. I'm watching Sonic Mania, and it's just like it's literally
The ones that you like, just like the ones.
So I have a question. Does Disney? I'm not Disney. Nintendo. Do they team up with Sega to do the games with Mario? How does it work?
Oh no, there was that Olympic version.
Right.
Mario. And
So is it a cross promotion they're doing?
Yeah, I think it was like a special crossover, kind of like how the Mario Rabbids is coming out later this month. It's just like a special game where they bring the two together. And I think that was the only one where they had the crossover. I don't think.
Well, I mean, also they cross over in, I guess, in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, there's that too. Mike Templeton says that the character was Amy Rose. She was in Sonic CD, and you got to save her from Metal Sonic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pass me that couple of them.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
The Cheerios?
I got some.
Oh, yeah, Maverick ate all those earlier.
You want more Cheerios?
See, and the thing is, I think nostalgic entertainment is kind of it's a little bit of a strange concept where it's like we have all these big old like classic AAA games, but then we have these and then we have these games.
This is the whole bag.
And then we have games like the OG Sonic and Pokemon that are still going. This idea of lifetime IP for video games is kind of new still. You have what's it called? Counter-Strike Go at 20 years. You have Pokemon at 25 years. You have
But I mean,
Mario
Counter-Strike's a
30.
little different because Counter-Strike doesn't have any like main characters, right?
Yeah. No, it's the physics that people are attracted to. Like they're very, like the hitboxes are real, the physics are semi-real, and it's a relatively easy game to get into and play. And I think the ease of access to gaming, like all platform games and FPSs, like Counter-Strike, they're easy to get into. So they have a longer IP life than most games. And watching them continue to make these games, like it's cool. And I wanna see I wanna be 80 years old and still playing Counter-Strike.
You might be. I think that could survive.
Well, yeah, hypothetically.
Now, Ryan mentions, I miss you, Maverick. Haven't seen you since Riverdale. That's right. Maverick has been away from us for a little while. She has been here and there in training as a flight attendant, right? Traveling the world or just the U.S.?
Just the West Coast for now.
Okay. But that is exciting. How are you enjoying it?
I like it. It's funny, I actually get sick on flight.
Motion sick?
Yeah, and so
Perfect job for you.
I know. So that's been like my biggest struggle. But I think they say you get your sea legs, so
Yeah.
Do you have
Air legs?
any horror stories yet? Like any like awful passengers?
No, not really. We do a really good job of like keeping and working together and like eyeing out troublemakers before they get on the plane, pretty much, so we can assess that. But I did. I lost a UM.
What do you mean,
on my second trip.
troublemakers? Like me?
You?
She'll be able to spot you from a mile away.
A spy from a mile away. I lost a UM, which is an unaccompanied minor.
Oh,
my
Jesus.
second flight.
That's great.
So I went down as I had a talk. It's a discussion that goes on my profile. So
You lost?
She lost
Is
a
that
child.
That's not permanent.
it'll go away. Technically I'm on probation right now, so like it's like everybody goes on probation their first 6 months.
I am glad that the child was found.
Yeah, he was with his parents. Go figure. Yeah.
So that's good.
Stupid little kid.
You think you'll stick with it?
I hope so. I mean, the benefits are great. I already got to fly somewhere for free twice, so that was awesome.
What about when Westfield comes back? You gonna leave that job for us?
I will make it work. I'm gonna fly you guys out to wherever I am.
Oh, yeah.
To film Westworld.
Yo, New York
Westworld
Comic-Con.
and Hawaii.
I'll be in New York.
I feel like you're always in New York.
We
What?
fly to JFK.
You're always like doing something here
He
and
was in
there.
Florida, like
He was
this
in
is
Florida,
Florida.
but were you doing something in New York, or is that you were just talking about New York in the past?
No, not
Says
me.
something at the bottom.
Not me.
Well,
Game over.
back to Sonic Mania. Are you guys likely to buy this game?
How much is it?
It is $20.
Is it on Steam?
$19.99. I believe it's on Steam.
Is
and
it on
all
the phone?
consoles. I don't know if it's on the phone.
Is it on other things besides the Xbox?
Yeah, it's on the PlayStation for sure. It's on the Switch for sure. I'm pretty sure it's on the PC. I don't know about the mobile phone.
If it was on mobile, I'd buy it.
For $20.
I would buy.
That's true. I'm into the free app kind of
So
thing.
I would buy it for like $10, $5.
here's it. Okay, so is it all the classics? Like, is it just like Sonic 1, 2, 3 with competition?
No, I believe that it is still like a new game, The description says that it's an all-new adventure.
It doesn't look very new.
It doesn't look very new. I think they still tried to keep it reminiscent and nostalgic of the traditional sense of Sonic, but different levels, which is not hard to do because
I think
there's
they
more than one way to get through it.
Guilty says on Switch, PS4, and Xbox
So it looks like it
One.
might not be on PC.
PC's delayed till the 29th.
Thank you, Mike.
Honestly, I don't know if I pay 20. I might pay like 10 or 15.
Why you gotta hate, man?
No, I'm not hating. I don't like. I mean, it's I understand the idea of purchasing.
You know-
But the truth is, how many microtransactions on a phone can you get with this game, though? It's like, you can't really do like
But
that.
you know what though? Like talking
Skins,
about
man.
like nostalgia and like what you paid for, you can go to Walmart or Target or something like that, and you can buy like old time movies or like nostalgic movies for $5 now. And so like that would be my only thought. Would just be like
It's
I
adorable
don't
that you're just
know.
so old-fashioned, Maverick. Who goes... No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying like I don't know what like games cost, like how to compare it to that. But as far as like bringing back something old, I don't know. $20 might be a ballpark right price.
Well, okay.
Ha!
Here's the thing. Why would I buy this when I could buy Lawbreakers
This
for
guy
an
right
extra
here. Eat it.
But that's the thing, 20 is relatively cheap for a brand new video game. Mike confirms that it is a brand new game. It is a new Sonic game.
But it's based in retro. It's not necessarily AAA. I would go 10-15, not necessarily
Did
20.
you finish that?
Yeah.
Oh, there's crumbs left. Nice.
Like
I know, I'm eating Cheerios and he just like finished out the
Will
bunny.
you pass me a free by the butt? I would love that.
Yes.
Those Funyuns, man.
How are you guys doing over there? Daniel and Jasmine?
Mike Templeton
What's up,
says.
guys?
Wait, what does Mike Templeton say? Polygon had a fantastic article today about how there really isn't a $60 game anymore. So like, are they
Kinda.
less? Because I paid $60 for it. They're more.
Well, no, the thing is, I understand what he,
DLC, season passes.
Yeah.
no, I know what he means. They're either too much or they're too little. And the thing is, for example,
You
like,
end up paying that anyway. Like,
well, it depends. Like, for example, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, arguably probably one of the best games of the year. I bought it for $30.
Is there
You know.
still a place you can buy used games? Do you remember that?
GameStop is still a thing.
Okay.
So how you guys feel about the first impressions?
Yeah.
Well, I guess
This is
it's Daniel's
not-
first impressions.
This is not bad. I mean, it's Sonic that I remember. I love this.
Now, would you buy it for $20?
$20, yes.
All right, Daniel
Come
sold.
on, it's Sonic.
Real
You
gamer
get
over
it
here.
for
He
$20.
knows that $20 is a deal because everything is expensive these days.
Dude, seriously, how many games am I giving inside of this?
Even whenever I started to get out of video games, I feel like $20 was right at the like brand new
Yeah,
games
exactly.
coming out. That was probably up right.
Now it's 60. The past couple of years it's been 60, and Josh makes a good point. Our producer behind the camera, he makes a good point that nowadays games are always coming out with season passes, and those are an extra $20 to $30. DLCs, which tend to be like $10 to $15.
But usually the DLCs are awesome. Like Witcher 3 had some amazing DLCs.
Yeah, they had some great DLCs.
Fallout.
The Fallout, they had great season passes. I mean, I bought Fallout season pass right away because I knew what was coming. Well, I knew what was coming was going to be good.
And honestly,
I think that's the great thing about Tetris. You don't have to buy DLCs. It's a pretty simple
Well,
game.
the thing is,
What
when
the
I
hell is this?
when I was
It's like
chocolate coin.
Oh, they're kind of melted.
So here's the thing. I used to hate DLC. I used to hate it. I didn't want to do it. And then like I started actually playing DLCs, and I find out more often than not they're actually better than the original games that came.
Well, you brought up Witcher. The DLC for Witcher was
Tucson.
actually a bigger map than the original game
Yeah,
itself.
and it got to a point where at this point, if I like a game, I don't see myself not buying DLC.
Like, the only thing that I can spend money like that, I wouldn't even pay all that much, is The Sims. But the only depressing thing about The Sims is that,
You saying you would spend that much money on The Sims?
well, it depends on how good my Sims life got. Because if it got better than my life, then it's super depressing. I wouldn't have played
Well,
it.
Sims is one of those games that ranges from $50 to $60, and if you want any of the packs, like was it Vampire Pack or Going Out on the Town Pack, that's like another like $20, and there's like 12 packs. Or
Yeah, and then you get the pet pack,
yeah. So that's what they just keep raking in
and
the
then
dough.
careers.
I think that's right. So then, like, when you like, thanks for educating me on the prices of games these days and what they run. So, with that being said, I can see with this being a brand new, I think 20 isn't bad.
Yeah, I think that the price point is quite fair.
Yeah, and you're not gonna have to get DLC really for this game, so I feel like 20 is a fair price.
DLC. They might. I mean, Legend of Zelda surprised us by getting DLCs because that was like the first time. They never really done that before. And we have 2 confirmed. I don't know if they're going to come out with more, but they might have a planned DLC because they want to make more money.
Who has a planned DLC?
They might. I'm saying Sonic might.
You know what I would love to see out of Sonic is level builders. like open source that thing.
I think it's a terrible idea, Sam.
Well, no one asked you.
Super chat.
Super chat.
Jasmine and Daniel over there all looking focused and shit. It better be after 4 delays. How are you guys doing over there?
I already died once.
It sounds like they're friendly.
We have better teamwork, I think.
Fucking
We
Tails.
have better
You didn't get this far. Relax.
Yeah, exactly.
What is in your mouth, Daniel?
A ring pop?
Yo.
Juicy's little finger, later ring pop.
Later, Mr. JD, it'll be good to see you again.
It's a lollipop without a stick.
Fuck yeah. Oh my god, I was about to die.
Yo, I'm digging that music though.
Take care, Jalen. You have a good night. Rest well. And we'll see you next time.
Excelsior at that hashtag show.
On Anime Super Chat.
Yep. Uber.
Ryan says he promised to give up his money, but he's not sure if he buys the game for 20. I mean, Sonic is not everyone's cup of tea, but there are still a lot of diehard Sonic fans, which is why the franchise has survived for so long. Like Daryl. I think Daryl might be playing this game. I wouldn't be surprised.
I bet you Daryl's playing it right now.
He might be playing right now. Oh yeah, he's like, I'm busy, I can't come.
He's having his own Sonic release party.
I just want to play Sonic and the peace and quiet in my own house.
That guy is doing a lot of voice work. He's been getting busy.
He's been getting real busy.
Mike Templeton says, Jasmine, Tails can swim.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found that out the hard way.
Can I go into this? No, I can't. Sonic cannot.
Sonic cannot swim.
Sonic is a
What else are you guys looking forward to this month? We have...
Well, there's a lot of great movies. It the Clown's coming out, I think.
It is coming out.
Dude, Destiny.
I was gonna stick with video games, but if you switch to movies, that's cool too.
In a couple weeks, Destiny 2 comes out.
This is true.
I'm looking forward to Uncharted.
Uncharted comes out next week. Hopefully, we will have a bigger game event planned for next week. Another little celebration. Who knows? We were a little late on this one.
It's all right. We're still in proof of concept phase.
We're working
It's
towards it. We're working
And
towards
we
it.
have only half the studio to work with.
Today we only had half the studio. That kind of set us back a little bit. But next week hopefully we have
What?
Pig Pops at our new building.
He made them?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Mike Temple says Agents of Mayhem dropped today. Does anyone know what Agents of Mayhem
Frosted
is?
Girls, they need to go on the fridge to kind of hurt a little bit.
That sounds familiar.
I have not played Agents of Mayhem. Yet, at least.
No,
I might.
I
Is
know.
it an expensive game? Is it going to be cost me $60?
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Another game is like really sweeping, which is anything that can be on an iPad is really what's like
Portable.
being like the taking this nation. Like,
Yeah, like
every
the
kid.
Switch is now portable. Kids love the Nintendo 3DS. Anything that can
I
fit
heard
on
the
phone
Switch
or the iPad.
sold more units than like anything else, right?
I think that's true. I cannot 100% confirm that, but that sounds right.
Josh, fact check.
Which GameStop now has a Switch back in stock, so hurry up.
Right
I already have one, so I don't need one.
Well, what about the Super Nintendo old console? Is that coming back or what?
That it is confirmed that the mini SNES is going to be released. I believe it is releasing, I want to say, October? I don't remember off the top of my head when it is coming out. It might even be holiday, but I'm pretty sure it's this date.
Give me these balls.
I'm looking at Agents of Mayhem. Like I was looking at some of the screenshots. I don't know if I like the artwork that much.
Is it like Lawbreakers? I just started playing Lawbreakers.
Is it any good?
I like it. It's a
Isn't
lot
that what you
like
guys showed us about last week?
it's a lot like it's a lot like Overwatch, which the creator doesn't like hearing.
Don't let Clippy be here.
It's just like Overwatch. God damn it! I watched it play.
A lot of games are like
Did Daniel tell you about how much he doesn't like Overwatch earlier?
You just said right now.
It's like I don't like Overwatch. I'm gonna make a game just like
That's not what he's
Overwatch.
telling me off the record.
What? Yeah, really?
Mike
Why?
Templeton says Agents of Mayhem is the spin-off from the Saints Row series, and you were a fan of the Saints Row
I
series.
do love this Saints Row series, but I don't like this artwork. It's really weird.
I got a question for you, Kelly.
Yes.
How excited are you to go to BlizzCon?
Why? Are you gonna tell me we're not going after
I
I
was
say
gonna
how
tell you-
excited I am?
How many cupcakes are on this table? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You have to eat all of them to go.
Well, last time, you want to tell a funny story?
Go for it, Joe. Go for it.
I made Kelly eat a shit ton of, what were they?
They were mozzarella sticks.
Mozzarella sticks.
Why?
It was back when it wasn't fully confirmed whether or not we were going to be getting BlizzCon tickets. Maybe we would get a couple, maybe we'd get a whole group, I don't know. But he said that I would for sure get one if I could eat 20 mozzarella sticks, or was it 25? I don't really remember.
That doesn't sound like a
But
lot.
It is a lot.
was-
When they
we
were
went
at
to-
TGI Fridays,
We went there. They were
gigantic.
they have the biggest mozzarella sticks I've ever seen. I
I-
did not know that when I made this deal.
Ah.
Also, it was like a bottomless appetizer. So we
Really?
didn't have to order them. But what we didn't know when I made the bet was that the kitchen closes. Can I sit here all night and eat them? Do I have like a time limit, or can I take as much time as I want? He's like, you can take as much time. An hour into waiting at dinner, they're like, oh, the kitchen is gonna close. Do you want to order anything else? And he's like, you have to finish 25 mozzarella sticks like right now. And I'm like, I can't do it.
You did it though.
I didn't finish 20.
You got close.
I got like 10. They were big.
They were
They
big.
were probably like big old fat sticks.
Big old fat
Somebody
stick.
Big old fat sticks.
Big old fat stick.
I still went to BlizzCon though, so that was great.
Thanks, Seals, for coming through.
Are we going to BlizzCon this year?
A few of us are.
I knew he was going to say something.
No, a few of us are. We're covering conventions a lot differently now, and everybody behind the scenes kind of knows from Comic-Con, from our experience, that we're going to do things a little bit differently, but I know that you're going.
Shout out to Daniel and Jasmine. Mike Templeton says, it's okay, Jasmine and Dan. I died like 8 times in that same spot.
Thanks, man. Because
Dude, I remember that
and I'm
spot. That
excited
spot
for
is
this.
I want to get
infamous.
past this one.
Yo. I'm watching
Yes.
the replay here. Like Tails just fucked you.
Hey, Daniel, Ryan has a message for you. He says, go Jasmine, beat down Daniel Jerome. That's a legit message, right?
I'm Team
It's there,
Daniel.
it
I'm Team Daniel.
Does anyone want to switch out, play games?
No, I gotta do this.
I'm okay for now.
You're
I'm
okay
alright.
for now?
Kelly.
Yeah.
I'm willing to play.
I feel like you're afraid to play, Sam.
Yeah,
It sounds
yeah.
like a little
I am not
trepidation
I
in
think
your
he's
voice.
gonna mess
Not
up,
afraid
make
to
a fool
play.
of
Your
himself.
voice sounds a little crackly, a little. I get this sense of like, oh, what? Huh?
I mean, if you want to go competitive, I'll beat your ass like a 4-year-old
I
at
think-
Kmart.
I played though. That's the difference. I played.
I think Joe and Sam over here should have
I mean, I'm down.
competitive
Oh,
match.
this coming from the gaming person over there. Cool.
Team
Exactly.
Joe, Team Joe, Team Sam. Is that
Kinda
gonna be a
gaming
thing?
person.
Well, is that gonna be a thing?
Yeah.
I mean,
Done.
I'm gonna move. Let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah,
On
Sam.
deck.
High five, buddy. I love it.
They're
I need to
Are you
leave the
going against
stage.
him or am I going against him?
Chill out. Let me
Pick
go
it
to
up.
the stage.
You can just switch out with Daniel.
Come play a little table, man. Come play a little table.
Alright.
Sam has a name tag.
Mike wants to be tagged in.
Mike, come
Mike is
tag in,
probably
be
on.
online if I wish.
Mike would own all this.
No.
Welcome back, Daniel.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put on
How
my
did
fake
you
shirt.
enjoy this game?
I loved the game.
Yeah,
It was amazing.
you're
I'm
fan,
in.
you're down.
I'm in. Like I said, $20. Come on, man. How many games am I getting?
Now you played the Prince Sonic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird one name.
No, it's like, no, you get one game. You only get to play it
Get
once too.
Sonic
And
the
that's
Hedgehog.
it. And that's it. You only get to play it once too. After that, it just shuts
Yeah,
down.
me and Dan used to play that game when we were kids.
Yeah.
Sonic,
Yeah.
This Sonic game.
You guys know each other when you were kids?
Since like 5 or 6 or something.
Yeah, right?
They were together when he realized that he wanted to be a producer in the movie business.
That's true.
I've heard the story. Did you want to tell the story?
No.
Okay.
Was
Great,
it playing
great conversation.
Super chat me
Great.
for that story.
Super chat for that story. Joe's
Was
like,
it during
how much
Sonic the
money?
Hedgehog that you guys were playing?
No, we played Sonic a lot though. Sonic, we played WWF Royal Rumble a lot.
Thank you so much, Larry
I'm gonna
Newbill,
die.
for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Take it easy,
And
Larry.
thank you for spoiling Sam and spoiling us with cake pops. Are awesome.
Hashtag Team Sonic.
Die! Die, scrub!
We played a lot of games. Street Fighter was another one. Streets of Rage.
I liked all the fighting kind of games.
Streets of Rage. Golden Axe was another one.
You're just naming all the games you played at Bar 82.
Altered
Wow,
Beast?
Jesus Christ.
Dan, you can back me up on this. We played these
Altered
games when we were
Beast?
kids.
They're
Alter Beast.
literally all
Ride
games
from
at
their
Bar.
grave.
Now, would you be excited if they had like a remake collection of all these?
Not really. I mean, I feel like there's so many new games that are coming out that are just so mind blowing that. I mean, these games are great for nostalgia, maybe for players like me, but I feel like there's a lot of people that play video games nowadays that want to see the new technology, want to see the new advances. And I think these don't necessarily hold anything back, but I don't think they advance anything either. They're great.
Tip from Guilty for the game players. Jasmine, tip from Guilty. When you get to the top of the water, go left but slowly.
Sour Patch Kids me?
Continue.
No, I just think that I mean these games are great for nostalgia, but I mean obviously I think that nothing is really gonna beat like the old school Nintendo games.
Joe, you were looking.
Whether it be Duck Hunt
Sour Patch
All right,
Kids.
so Joe, go
or
ahead and
any
take
of those other things.
Yeah. Joe, you're on deck.
I'm on.
Whoever wants to play.
Oh, I thought it was
Kelly hasn't played yet.
There was no Sour Patch on the table, so I was very confused.
Yeah, I was like,
That's what these were.
Yeah.
oh, God.
Daniel, I got a question for you. So when we played games as a kid, what was your favorite?
Thanks.
Shoot, I don't know, man.
Remember, I used to play Tecmo Bowl at Daniel's house when we were kids.
You know what? He's my favorite. That
Toe Jam and Earl was a lot of fun too.
I don't know. Was told with Earthworm Jim.
Earthworm Jim, yeah.
Sega CD, a vampire game.
Oh, that was the best.
Yes.
God, what was that game called?
It was like a vamp with the Bowie knife. I just remember that.
We would die, and we would try to strategize. This was like Sega CD was brand new at the time. I had a Sega CD, and we would spend all night trying to figure out how to like make it to the next morning without dying. The game was terrifying as well as when you were a
It
kid.
was like Dracula something.
Dracula Unleashed.
Was it?
I think it was something like
Oh
that.
my god.
I did like a lot of Crash Bandicoot Team Racing. I mean, like racing game. I did a lot of that one too. And
Daniel
then,
was a
like,
big fan of
fighting
Bonk's Adventure.
one. What?
Bonk's Adventure, you remember that? The little caveman kid with the giant head. These little caveman kid with the bald caveman kid with a big ass head.
The kids we used to call them.
And then last time we did Lion King with the same like genre as Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Lion King, Aladdin, those games are really hard.
Oh my god,
Oh, yeah, we had
Aladdin.
Aladdin.
Was so
Aladdin.
hard. I had it on the
So
Genesis. Oh my god, I was so upset at that game.
Shout out to Larry because he just showed me how he went to storage and found Aladdin on Sega. He like found it in storage. Yeah, that's
Dude.
a treasure. That was a really
The
really
X-Men
hard
game
game.
also. You remember that?
Children
How
of the
many?
Atom or the which one?
No, Children of the Atom was dope though, but the Genesis one and then the sequel. Remember? 'Cause
Yeah, Daniel Diaz. I did Mortal Kombat. Loved it.
the sequel, the original one, you could only choose Gambit, Cyclops, Wolverine, and Storm.
Oh, okay. What about the one?
But then yeah, this.
Cylon.
Yeah, that was the second
Oh,
one.
okay.
But I remember in the first one you could call in other X-Men to help you.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I loved it.
Man,
I
we
just
split that game
re-downloaded
all
the
time,
X-Men arcade game.
I remember.
Old
Yeah.
school X-Men arcade. Did you guys ever play? Did you guys play Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah.
I love how
Not
it's like,
played it, but I saw it.
Well, oh man, it's like set in an 8-bit kind of thing, but it's like it's so great. So what about you? What did you play as a kid that you were like, oh, I just love?
I played so many games as a kid. I was all over the board, but of course, like all the Nintendo ones. Donkey Kong 64, Super Mario 64, Paper Mario, of course,
Night
Mario
Trap.
Kart, all the Mario parties. Going to PlayStation, I was huge on Halo, Call of Duty. Like when I grew up, so I used to play those games as a kid. Zelda, of course, like all the Zelda titles. I used to have, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but they sold these games individually, and it was almost like a Nintendo. It was a handheld game, but it was just one game that was like Toy Story, and that was it.
Yeah,
And-
I remember those because we used to have those like in elementary school. You remember like they.
Yeah, it was sold I think at Toys R Us, and it was just like Toy Story or just one title.
I think I had Power Rangers actually.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
There's
remember
different
those.
major franchises.
The little Game Boys. The
Yes.
game I always played was Tomb Raider.
Really?
Nice.
I played
Tomb
Tomb
Raider,
Dude.
played that.
The Virtual Boy, and then you started getting a nosebleed and seizuring on the
Yeah,
ground.
pretty much. That's what always happened there.
That didn't
was
happen,
dangerous.
but I heard stories.
That's what I heard.
What are you talking about?
No, oh man, it's like it was. It was
Let me
it was
ask you guys a
black
question.
and
What's
red
the
kind
best
of-
game ever invented? Gotta choose one.
Shoot.
Because mine is Final Fantasy VII.
Hey!
Yeah, you pick that. It's like,
I
how
think
so-
any Mario, like any Mario Kart, like any of their franchise.
Those are fun.
I like that. It's like,
And I mean, there's not really a wrong answer to this question.
what about you?
I'll go last.
Overwatch? Is that right?
No.
Oh
Overwatch is
no!
not my
She's
choice.
Would you
like
say
my
Legend of
favorite.
Zelda?
That's a series.
Oh, what?
I would give it. I would give it to actually Kingdom Hearts because
The
that
first one?
Shoot.
the Kingdom Hearts series because it was a game that like moved me, and plus it's Disney, so it's to me that I love that game. I've never like playing that game, sitting down, being immersed so much in that game. I've never felt that before. Not even with Zelda. It was amazing.
Someone
The
said
Last of Us.
Daniel Diaz, Last of
Final
Us.
Fantasy VII is such a safe choice. It is. 'cause
It
it's
is
the
no,
most
that's the
popular
problem,
Final
and that's the
Fantasy.
problem because it is such a safe choice. I didn't want to just go for it.
Actually, most Final
Boom.
Fantasy fans won't even say 7. They'll say like 6 or 8.
No way, 8
yeah.
sucked. 8 was
8 was with the sword.
8 was
and
with
the sword
Squall.
gun.
Squall
Yeah,
and the
sword
fucking
gun,
school. I wasn't about
seed
that.
and all
I didn't
No,
like
that
8.
was-
I didn't like 9.
I love 9. 9 was fun.
With the kid with the tail?
Zinnia, Zion.
I didn't like
whatever
it.
was, I loved it.
If I was gonna say anything besides 7, I would say 2.
I love 7. I love 9.
World of
and
Warcraft.
That was about it. World of Warcraft.
Also, there was one called
you know-
Chrono Trigger that I really liked too. That was like Final
Somebody
Fantasy.
just suggested it, yeah.
Oh, really?
Chrono Trigger. Dang. I don't know. You know what I do like? It's so, I like the God of War series.
What is with you and the God of War series
I
lately?
love it.
I saw you talking about fucking.
earlier. Man,
Who did you? Jason Momoa
Jason
and the God
Momoa
of
as Kratos.
What is
Is that gonna happen?
War?
I don't know.
No, it's not.
I know
gonna
people were
happen.
talking about it, but I was like, I talked about that first. Yeah, I can see him do that. You know, just like that. I love it. What? No.
You know what I hate about his version of Aquaman? It seems like he's stuck in like the 90s or like the early 2000s.
Final
like
Fantasy
Kid Rock.
9 easily the best. Mike Templeton, you're my best favorite friend now.
What's the best party game?
Disagree.
I think the best
Mario
party
Kart.
game is actually Smash Brothers or
I think it's Mario Kart.
Smash Brothers. That's one of my favorite series as well. Smash Brothers or Bomberman. I played 16-player Bomberman. So I think the Wii or the Wii had like this thing where you could insert this thing. You could insert it, and then it's like 4 controllers can be connected to
I
it.
thought that was Nintendo. Like,
Yeah.
I remember that being Nintendo.
Yeah.
Oh, Wii.
It was like Wii. Yeah.
But I'm like before Wii, I feel like that was also a thing that you could do with Nintendo.
I always hated this level.
Bomberman is an old game, but the 16-player Bomberman wasn't like
Drop
you
down,
weren't able to
Dale,
do that
drop
till
down.
like they had that component, I think, because then you can use 16 controllers, 16 people. It was hectic. It was a
Producer
lot of
Josh
fun.
says Shrek Party, Super Party.
I'm here with you.
Was Shrek ever a video game?
I'm done. Oh, wait, you
I can't.
can't.
What?
There was a
Is
really
Shrek Super
dark,
Party a game?
sketch about that.
Was it?
You know,
Interesting.
You know
I did
what?
not know that. I
Spirit.
don't remember that.
like,
Ryan Super 04 Steel Speed Thomas. Thank you. You are really.
Oh, WW. No, it's not WW. It was WCW versus NWO. That was a fun, really fun game. You remember that, Daniel? We used to have like sleepovers play WCW versus NWO on Nintendo
Mike says
64.
you're right. The multi-tap let you use 4 controllers.
Nice.
Wait, but I'm talking about a total of
There's this really dark
16.
thing where he couldn't die, right?
I've played
So, like,
16-player Bomberman
Do that.
in one
Trying to
room.
kill something, you just can't do it
Because of the component that I was talking about. Yeah. Oh, no. Everyone had their
Oh, because there were 4
individual-
controllers and in each one you could put 4.
Wait, we had
Yes.
something like that too,
Yes,
like an
yes,
extender
that's
thing
what
Yeah,
too.
I'm
that's
when I was a
no,
kid.
that's it. That's a multi-tap, and it'll let you 4 in
Oh,
one
yeah,
controller.
that's what we had.
So they're 4 controller based.
What's the game that you like spent an obsessively amount of time on?
Final
Like,
Fantasy 7.
It's like a
You
secret.
spent
Until like
way too
you
much
started, you bought the game
Oh,
and you stayed up
you
until
know what?
late so
I
you
take
could
it back.
beat it.
Yes, that kind of game. Or that game where you just
Oh,
continue.
my ex-girlfriend is watching.
Right.
Madden.
you!
And I'll tell you what,
I'm
she
totally on you.
she got, I don't remember what happened. She got stranded somewhere. And she called me in the middle of the playoffs. And she was like, hey, can you pick me up? And I was like, man, you can't believe you called me in the middle of the playoffs. And I was like, yeah, I'll be right there. But then I made it to the Super Bowl and she was pissed. I was like 3 hours late.
Serious?
I was on a roll and I didn't have a memory card, so I had to play. She didn't understand, but
Didn't understand.
you don't
Oh
know.
no, she didn't
It
understand
took
how
me
she
forever.
was stranded.
I would say Spyro. I think that was a game that I like played until I had to beat it. And then like after you do that, then you like go back and you find out that there's like all these like other levels and things that you could have like done.
Let go!
Are you that kind of so?
Why?
And then I have another question after
Just
this.
let go!
So Madden, Spyro,
Shoot, I don't know.
This is why no one likes you, Tits.
any game where you spend so much time or you.
LA Noire.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
I had to
I
think
love
about it.
you.
I was like, no. I know, not all the games that I would. I was stuck on that game. I was
Were you
obsessed.
stuck on a level?
No,
or
I
were
was
you
just
trying to level
obsessed.
up?
I
Or what
was
were you doing?
obsessed playing the game.
Gotcha.
I was like, I'm solving mysteries.
I was like that with
solving
Grand
murders.
Theft Auto
That
Vice
guy
City
there
also.
definitely did it. You know, like I
Because
was
Vice
one
City had
thing.
the best soundtrack.
Oh man, Vice City.
It was like
hard.
80s. It was
Vice
like
City was
Miami Vice. It was great.
Get away from
I'm
me.
a fan.
Damn!
LA Noire, definitely.
Oh my
I
God!
loved- and at one time, I just got so obsessed with making sure that I would pick the wrong person to be guilty, and I would just be like, yeah, blah blah. He did it. He clearly did it, and it clearly wasn't him. But I was like, yep, he did it. And they're like,
I've never
we'll
played
take
that
you
game.
to we'll take you to jail. And he was like,
This is
I
why
couldn't
you
do
always
it.
put
How? That's
everyone
impossible. And I was like, yeah. It
You're
was so
hilarious.
fun.
I never played that game. What system is that on?
LA Noire. It was by Rockstar right before they.
I think it was on PS3 and
and
Xbox, right?
Xbox. Yeah.
Circle. The thief.
PS3, Xbox, they re-released it. It's on PS4 and Xbox One. It's a really good game.
That's
I
awesome.
loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, that was the one game I if I remember correctly, that that they actually drove around and mapped out old
Mapped
LA.
out old LA, yeah. And it was great. It was like during the whole Dahlia murders and all that.
Oh, that's a
So
good
you
one.
were-
Larry
you were
Newbill
that
says,
kind of cop trying to
party game
capture people.
007 GoldenEye? That's
Oh,
totally true.
yeah.
That's a
the
party
golden
game.
gun.
That's
Golden
a party
gun?
game
Oh, yeah, Golden
that will
gun. Yeah, yeah.
literally actually destroy friendships.
Yeah.
Because somebody will end up getting the golden gun and you're just like...
No,
oh,
all you
my
gotta do is memorize the maps, and then you're
Yeah.
pretty good at, like,
And know those spots where you can
Yeah.
hide and... Oh my gosh.
that takes it back. Oh, Star Fox? That was another good one.
Star Fox was so good.
Star Fox 64, and then...
Barrel.
And then I love that game.
Oh my gosh. What is... like-
Guilty and Mike are gonna lose their heads any second now because we keep getting stuck at the same area and dying in the same area.
Every
I know,
time.
it's
Watch out!
painful to watch for me.
Oh, there you go.
Man.
It's okay. I'm
That's so
still
funny.
alive.
See, no, none of us can... I'm sorry.
You're supposed to slowly go to the left once you get out of those blocks when you
Yeah.
hit air again, by the way.
We're
I'm gonna
stuck.
stay away from you.
Trying
in
to
that
get
one
out of
little
there.
area.
This is so good but so bad at the same time.
And then, you know, with the other, like, anything that had, obviously, like, journeys and levels, like Zelda and Pokemon, like, all those kind of were encompassing of, like, the same kind of idea. And now it's, like, more of, like,
Oh, yeah.
military, like,
is.
it's kind of, there are levels, but it's definitely, like, more, like, fight. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I feel like back in the day it was more of, like, a journey. That
It's an
kind of
adventure
went-
game, and now it's
Right.
all FPSs.
Right.
From
Yeah,
first person shooters.
shooter,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was-
I do-
Although I
I
always,
That's dude.
although I never really ended up playing the Pokemon games, I always wanted to play
You're
the
like, I don't
mini
want
games.
Yeah.
Like that's, I would never went into like the actual game. I always ended up playing the mini games because I wanted to like get perfect scores on all of them, like Clefairy, like all of them.
You were leveling up your Pokemon. Yeah, no, there's a lot of people who play the game like that. I'm in the beginning of the game. I level up as much as I possibly can, and then I continue my journey.
Well, what do
So
you guys?
exactly like
What do you guys
yeah.
feel about the latest trend of like FPSs being like a huge thing now?
I love it.
I was never an FPS guy growing up, so that's
Can
not
we
my
just-
thing.
What
Oh,
just got
First
First
person
person
shooter.
shooter. That's why I said that. Yeah, right afterwards. First person shooters. So games like Call of Duty, Halo, Battlefield, Overwatch. Those are all.
I understand why they're like really popular, and it makes sense to me. They're just not my thing, but they take a lot of skill, a lot of patience, and a lot. I mean, they're you got to be a very good like gamer to play those. It's just not necessarily my cup of tea, but I understand why they're popular. They look great too.
It just takes a certain kind of focus.
It does.
That's about it. But it's like there's
You
things
can't
that
you got button mash in those.
You can.
Can you?
But it depends on the character that you choose. So my characters that are button smashing characters.
See, that's why
I don't like snipers
I mean,
because that's
people
a
are probably
precise
gonna
thing.
hate that I say this, but I do like Madden because it is like you have to. It's not a button mashing type of game. You have to think about it, but like
Oh, first person there.
There's a lot of-
I like the fighting.
You have to think about.
Because then you just like, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just
But
like,
see, Mortal Kombat, you can't necessarily
then
do that
it's
with. I
switch
feel
things.
like.
It depends. So there are games where you can button mash. And it's called girlfriend mode. It's called the styles mode. With a lot of games
Oh
have
my
something
God.
called style mode
Street
where
Fighter.
they allowed if you
Tekken?
press 3 buttons, like you press A 3 times, it'll do the combo for you instead of you memorizing those combos. And those exist, and they're fun to play. That's a lot of the Japanese fighting games are like that. Older like games like Mortal Kombat
Street
had
Fighter is
that.
kind of like that, or Marvel Capcom now. It's like, oh, I press one button. Yes! Yes!
Do you think it's
I
getting
think
too
that's
easy to
why
play?
The Sonic game was hard for me because it was only like one button did almost everything, and then like you moved around, but you just had that one button. Where I was like, no, like shouldn't I be able to do like all sorts of things, you know?
That's very true.
Well, there's more buttons on the controller now, but when this game originally came out, there wasn't that much. There was only 2.
Yo, you know what?
Right.
First person shooter game I did like a lot, and it was on VR. It was the John Wick game.
Oh,
John.
really? You played that?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
That's good.
it was. I don't know. I think first person shooters are definitely designed for like VR. It's gonna be so good on like they're gonna be great on.
Well, definitely. I'm thinking that's going to be like, that's a big thing.
He's a
People
huge
love
Mass
that.
Effect fan. Oh my god, he's gonna go crazy.
Uh-oh.
I can't believe you said that. I think his wedding was Mass Effect style. Like,
What? Really?
I've never played Mass Effect.
Really?
Mike's wedding, yeah. I never played Mass Effect. I just heard it's about alien sex, and I was like, cool. I'm not missing out on
Wait,
anything.
what?
Um,
A video game is about
What?
aliens?
Choose companions in the game.
yeah.
Wait, what?
Wait, is that
Mass
that?
Effect.
That's so weird. You know what game I am looking forward to is that Prince of Thieves, or what is it called? Something of Thieves? Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves.
There's new
Metal Gear
games
Solid.
which-
There is.
I was
Snake Man.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you know what game Daniel actually introduced me to, and it actually was actually pretty cool. Metal Gear Solid.
Everybody.
That end of the
Metal Gear
story was
Solid, that was
amazing.
a big one
Super
my
cool
brother
game.
loved
Like,
to
it is
play.
I loved it. The story was amazing. It was on. Like,
It was
4
Mission
discs.
Impossible done better. Remember we had the Mission
that's
Impossible
right.
game?
Oh my god.
And it
was
sucked.
so- yeah,
You get the
it
thing
did.
and you always fall. Like,
You always
his
fall.
face.
The Metal Gear
What
was
was
like, oh
that?
my
There
god.
was like
this
a
is great.
ninja game.
Ninja Gaiden.
I felt really awkward.
Maybe is that like where you could, if you like got by uncensored, like there was a level like level 7.
No, I think that's
It's weird when my
I think
face
that's
hurts.
what's it? A Metal Gear.
It's like,
Was he under a box?
Because you had to keep hiding, right? And then you had to sneak up behind
That's
people.
Metal Gear Solid, yes, but
Yes,
this one was like they were in all black and they were ninjas. I was pretty sure.
It's funny as how
Was it a retro game, like a really old game?
It was the same amount as.
But I mean, if the company's over, you'd be
Maybe,
like, no.
what is
And you could play 2 people on it too. Or
Someone's saying it's Metal Gear
There's like
Solid.
it's different.
No.
Shinobi.
Not Shinobi.
No,
It's
not.
something like. It's not like.
I think you dreamt it, Maverick.
No.
No.
No, that sounds familiar
I
actually.
need to search it.
It was just like it reminded me of a game I played with my brother. Like when you said Metal Gear Solid.
Let's
it
ask
reminded me.
Kelly. Ask Kelly.
Asking Kelly, phone a friend.
There you go.
There's like a game that was made during the same time as Metal Gear Solid, and it was like you were a ninja, and like one of the levels in particular I remember was like you had to get through and you had to like kill people but not make a sound. But like if you were detected or
Deus
whatever.
Ex?
What?
Was it Deus Ex?
No.
I don't even think she know what you just said right now.
Ninja Gaiden?
That's what I said. I'm
We're
not
talking
sure
about we're
Shinobi.
talking about old
What
game,
is
older
this?
game.
Ninja
Mid.
Gaiden?
Is it Tenchu? I remember
Tenchu.
that was something-
Tenchu. That's
Yes!
what it was.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yes.
I knew it because I was like, I know what it is.
We got it. Thank you.
Tenchu.
Guilty said it was Tenchu.
Oh, he got it. Nice.
Oh, really? Yeah. heck
He
yeah.
said it twice. Ninja
Hey,
Assassins
I
was
don't wanna
Tenchu.
by gravity.
Yep.
Alright.
That's pretty awesome.
That
Oh
was
shit, oh shit.
Who's playing
Booyah.
Sonic and who's playing
Play
Tails?
Sonic.
I'm not even playing Tails.
Look at
He keeps grabbing
Stealth
Sonic and
Assassin.
killing
Yeah, I
him.
know. Tails is
love
very useless in
I
this
did play
stage.
this game.
I can't even keep up with Sonic. Tails is
You
not.
can't.
Yeah.
I don't. The mechanics for that isn't that.
Tails is just there for like support,
Yeah.
as usual.
As he's always been,
He's
always
trying to
will
like
be.
jump around and help kill the.
Who's a better sidekick, Tails or Luigi?
Luigi, 100%.
Oh, Luigi, he's a brother, man.
Oh,
You know,
shit.
he's like their brothers. He's gonna make sure he watch out for him. Tails, you know, he's a friend, but Tails may disappear for a girl if it happens. You know, nobody knows.
Didn't you watch the movie, The Mario Brothers? Like.
Don't tell me you watched the movie The
That's
Mario
the best
Brothers.
movie ever.
Leguizamo
Did you
and,
really?
what's his name?
That's great.
Super Mario Brothers is the best.
John Leguizamo and you know, it was a husband and wife team that made that film.
I am so transfixed by this stage. I
They
can watch that too.
because of that film, they say was the reason they ended up divorcing. It was a horrible experience for them with the studio and everything. And yeah, it ended up ruining their relationship.
Did they get a divorce after that movie?
Don't
Oh,
mess
yeah.
up, Sam.
Yep.
Don't mess up.
Man, that's
Oh my
sad.
God, look at
What?
Oh, you
Who would have
messed up.
thought that Super Mario Brothers would be the cause of somebody's divorce?
I'm
Yeah.
not surprised.
But
Oh,
those,
yeah.
and that,
Not
and
surprised.
like had good well-known actors.
Well,
in that
Well,
too.
John Leguizamo and.
Were you gonna say it had good acting,
No,
Maverick?
like, had good
Actors.
actors.
Everybody do the
like,
dinosaur.
Everybody do the
Dinosaur.
Dude, that was
Love
the
that.
shit, man.
Oh my god. Man,
What other?
that
What
game was
other?
great.
Has there ever been any successful video game that was a movie? I mean, besides Tomb Raider, right?
Tomb
Yes.
Tomb Raider is considered the most successful
Assassin's
movie
Creed.
based off
That's-
of.
I
You
always-
shut your mouth
or
with
what?
Assassin's
No,
Creed.
it-
That's
Resident Evil.
when you asked me what animated or like game character I'd be, I
I
would
got
have
it.
said Tomb
Highest
Raider.
rated.
Oh, Laura
Yeah.
Croft. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that.
I got a coin or whatever.
Yeah, because other than that, I don't necessarily. Assassin's Creed wasn't great. I mean, I know.
Tomb Raider?
Which that
No, I
that
haven't played Tomb
Are you
Raider
guys
for a while. I played it as a
excited
kid.
for,
I love
Player One?
yeah, as a
Yes.
kid.
That
Yeah.
looks
I think that
awesome.
movie looks great.
It's so good.
Did you read the book?
Yeah.
The one with
Yeah.
Laura
But the only thing I
Croft,
don't
the
like
voice on it?
that's
Really?
Yeah.
different is that
Oh,
the
yeah,
character's supposed to be
I remember
That
chubby.
one is really good.
Okay, he was supposed to be slightly overweight outside.
Because he's supposed to get thinner,
And
right?
I think that he will be. I don't
In
think.
Ready Player One.
We
Oh,
only got
really?
a glimpse of the character, really.
The
So,
main
like,
character?
The
Yeah.
main character is supposed
Yeah,
to
he
be
doesn't-
He's supposed to be kind of chubby.
He's,
Yeah.
he's not like, oh my god, that kid's really cute. He's kind of just like, people don't really pay attention to him. And then in the game, looks a little bit more handsome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so he's stocky.
They sexed him up a little bit.
Yeah. He's stocky and then becomes beefy. Yeah.
But that movie looks great.
What about
Man, it's
did
supposed to be an
Hitman?
homage.
Was Hitman not a
That's a
good
game.
hit?
Oh, Hitman
I know,
was
but I
good.
meant like
Oh.
as in a game that became a movie. Was that not a
Well,
good movie?
It wasn't a hit.
Not the first one, Agent 47 though. Wasn't that the good one? The second one with what's his name from Heroes?
Oh, we got it!
No,
We
that
got
wasn't.
it!
That didn't work
Second one
either.
didn't
Screw this level!
No, I don't think any video game movie, with the
Oh, you
exception.
We
with the exception
Good
of
job, guys.
of what's it called of Tomb Raider did really well. I mean, Warcraft flopped here, did great in Korea.
But apparently it was a really good
I heard
movie.
they're actually considering making a sequel to Warcraft.
Only in Korea.
Only in Korea?
Yeah.
So different actors?
Probably different actors, and probably going to be released like straight to DVD.
Resident Evil did well.
Resident Evil did do well, but it did well on the budget it was given. So like it didn't cost a lot of money to make, so it wasn't hard to make a lot of money.
Sonic and Tails.
But yes, Resident Evil would be a great example. I think Silent Hill was also like did decently.
We're looking up the movies.
Yeah, what is
made
that,
for
like
Sugar.
41 Alone in the Dark? Wow, yeah, House of the Dead. My gosh. The Wizard! Oh my gosh! The old school, like, 80s game, like, where it was based on the Power Glove. Oh, man. Oh, Angry Birds was funny.
I don't remember any of these tracks.
Did you see them?
Daniel was all about Angry Birds for some odd
Loved it.
reason.
It was so funny.
Funny?
I didn't see
I heard a lot of good reviews, surprisingly, from Angry Birds.
Oh, Max
Pokemon.
Payne. Oh, Pokemon.
The best.
But Pokemon, isn't that more considered an anime than it is a video game? Or no?
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that as like a movie. I mean, I
think
cried
the video game came
in the movie for sure, but
Hey, what about Final Fantasy? The Spirits with...
No, Spirits Within was terrible. However,
It was-
Advent Children was actually really
Advent
good.
Children was amazing.
That's pretty
Well, what are you telling me? You're telling me the need for Spirit? No. Tomb Raider definitely.
Do you guys remember that video
Mortal
game
Kombat,
Paperboy?
but that may be like my thing. Like
Which
I
one?
love Mortal
The first
Kombat.
Mortal
I
Kombat's
did
good.
too! And
Love
Street
the
Fighter.
movies.
And
Street
Super
Fighter.
Mario.
Hitman was
Yeah, I'm gonna get Cuphead. Cuphead's great.
Cuphead's supposed to be released 20 years ago.
Cuphead is probably the most fun game I played at E3 in the last 3
What
years.
about Wing Commander, man? What is...
I've never even heard
They
that.
had
It's
Bucket
good.
Time and Freddie Prinze Jr. was on it.
Character is weird.
Double Dragon? Come on,
Double
man.
Dragon was a movie.
Yeah, Warcraft.
Uh,
Prince of Persia?
You know what?
Yeah,
I'm actually really surprised they haven't come out with a War of Gods movie.
A what?
War of Gods movie. I'm actually a little surprised they haven't made one
Yeah, that's true.
because it seems like it's such a God of War. That's what I meant.
It's cinematic on its own.
Another one that I'm a little surprised they haven't made, and I'm surprised it's not even in development. Is Metroid,
There hasn't been a Metro game in a while.
They're coming out with one though.
a game or a movie?
It's been announced. Metroid, new
Game.
beginning. What was it called?
The game.
It's coming out.
What's with my rings?
Oh, that's a
I didn't
game.
know
Not
that.
the mo-
Super Mario
There
Bros.
you go.
I don't know because I'm Tails.
Everybody hates you, you know? It's not true.
Mike Templeton, he says Advent Children is all fan service. Well, guess what? That's not always bad.
Advent Children was great, bro. Mortal Kombat.
That's because it's
Try
fancy.
different directions.
But there's a lot
I
of
know, I didn't
things.
watch them enough Final Fantasy.
There's a lot of things that are fan service that I think are terrible too. So I agree, like Kill la Kill. So if anybody that watches anime, I think that's terrible, but it's all fan service. So I understand.
Cool, something.
I understand how people could get upset with that situation, but with video game movies, I don't know, man. They just don't seem to make money.
My thing
Studios-
with Warcraft was pretty good. I agree. It was. I feel people
Did
crap
really
all
well
over
in
it.
China.
Yeah, right? Last of Us, I would love to see as a movie. That's actually
That would
true.
be awesome.
They don't do it. Uncharted needs to be a movie.
It is gonna be a movie.
Immediately, but
Starring
I'm
Tom
afraid-
Holland.
Yeah, I'm afraid though. I'm afraid it
What about the
may
new,
not be good.
the new Tomb Raider movie?
That's also almost
You think it's
wrapped.
coming out?
You know what? I don't know. I mean, that's like saying, did I think Michael Fassbender's Assassin's Creed was going to do well? I did,
I did. I hoped.
but it just wasn't a good movie.
Did
So
they have reshoots for that?
yeah, I mean, all movies mostly do. I mean, Rogue One had reshot 50% of its movie, but I hope it. I hope it does well because I think that
was
video
a book
games
first.
are an untapped
It does have
potential
a
for.
game.
Oh,
It
there's
had a
so
game.
many
For
ideas.
films.
In the
So what do you
80s,
think about
like-
the reshoots for the Justice League film? Do you think
It's
it's
gonna
better?
suck. It's gonna be terrible.
No, I think it's gonna be fine. I don't know though because I
DC
think
sucks, so.
I think that no matter
It's got a
what.
different director.
No matter what you do necessarily,
Joss
I mean,
I like Joss Whedon.
Zack Snyder's.
Oh, no,
Zack
no,
Snyder's.
no, no.
I'll say this about DC:
I don't like
is that
all
DC
their superheroes.
DC might have had problems in the past, but I will say Wonder Woman. No Marvel movie within the last like 3 years has been better than Wonder Woman.
Guardians.
You know what?
What are you talking
Can I-
about? That's your
Not
opinion.
Guardians 2.
Can I kind of bring it?
Guardians 2
one, for
was
sure.
terrible.
Can I kind of bring it back and say that there's never been a good Superman game?
No, there hasn't been.
There's never been a good Superman video game, and how hard is it to actually?
But there's
do
been
that?
good Batman games.
Oh yeah,
Batman's the only
Amazing
superhero that's
Batman.
had good games though.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
there's,
Well, Spider-Man are always pretty fun.
I don't think those are good games.
What?
Daniel, weren't we discussing some
some rumors about them making a Superman
a Superman
based
game,
on
Rockstar,
Batman.
or something like that,
Rockstar.
trying to do one. Yeah, and I'm like, how are they gonna do it though?
With him flying, but I think it's gonna be like Batman Arkham Asylum, where you get like a set map, like a set location city,
Sure.
and he can only fly around in there. I don't know how
That's
they're gonna
true.
incorporate space, but
I don't
I think
know.
it's just gonna be Metropolis tonight.
It's gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be Metropolis. Most likely, he's fighting in a bottled
Can't
city or
find
something.
these last.
So that would be it.
I just think
Get
that
that.
with all these movies, like, did you guys get to at Comic-Con? Did you guys get to play the Avengers VR game?
No, I want them
Where
so
you were
bad.
able to play as Iron
Square-
Man, Hulk, and
Square-
like somebody else.
Square Enix is
Captain
making
America.
that Avengers game, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
No,
It's an
no,
Avengers VR game.
No,
I mean, I think Marvel's innovated with their games. I don't think Marvel's going to be able to touch Arkham Asylum and the Arkham series.
Perfect.
Those games are just so good.
Mike Templeton says Death and Return of Superman for NES wasn't bad.
It was terrible.
It was horrible.
It was pretty bad.
It was not good. It wasn't.
Yeah, I agree. Superman has never had a good game.
Never had a good. You know what? I just recently, because I wanted to play a game of a superhero.
The X-Men have had
fly,
pretty good games, though.
I bought freaking Iron Man 2, old school Iron Man 2 for like the PS3. Still horrible.
You remember Spawn? Didn't Spawn have a game?
Yes, it did.
Spawn?
It was bad.
Yeah, do you remember Spawn?
And then the movie.
Yeah. I remember that.
The movie, nice. There was
Yeah.
a movie about it.
Yeah, there you go. And
Which it was weird.
And it's
so
getting
What'd you
remade.
do in the movie?
Yeah.
What did I do?
You were in the movie?
No, I
Oh, I thought. I think.
Oh, that you were in the movie.
I thought you
No,
said, yeah,
I was
I'm in
like,
the
and
movie.
there was a movie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you were in the movie. I
I
was
think
like,
you're
oh,
too young to be
I
on
was
Spawn.
wondering why you guys got so excited
Wait,
about that.
what?
I was like, yeah, I know that there's a movie.
never know.
Wasn't the Deadpool game good? No.
I love the Deadpool game.
People say it's.
You're in the minority
Awesome.
on that one. I've heard bad things about it.
In the room. Did you guys? I own it.
No.
I haven't played it. It looked the
I'm
trailer
playing
looked
it
really
now.
good. The trailer looked
I'm
good.
playing it now. I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm playing it.
I haven't played it.
Oh, no.
I would be down. It looks
one of my top favorite games.
it looks good.
I will bring it so we can
You
play
should. It looks really good.
Somebody did have a
It
game.
was so great.
That's true.
It looks
I
really
like
good.
Cowboys.
I haven't really heard. I mean, I've heard that people didn't like it.
Well,
So we're
I
saying
think
Marvel
that
is
people don't like
still
it
better
because
than
they
DC,
don't
even in the
like
gaming
Deadpool
universe.
and
So that's
his
what
Well, that's
we
not
got
true
to-
because nothing's really going to top the Arkham universe stuff.
Oh shit.
Besides that. Besides
I mean, you can't really take out the main character.
because they have
Yeah,
different.
that cartoon.
They have
But
different.
Marvel has
superheroes.
never really had a great franchise game.
Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles was a good game.
Oh yes, the
You
Injustice
pick,
game.
you
That's
pick
true.
like
Injustice
Ninja
is
Turtles.
pretty good.
Injustice, of course,
That
is
is pretty
very
good. You're right.
But then on the flip
Marvel
side of that, so is Marvel vs.
versus
Capcom,
Marvel
though.
versus
Marvel
But
vs.
it's so
Capcom's great too.
complicated to fight.
Marvel
What
wins.
is this?
Hanging out.
They're playing
I tried
Tetris.
Batman.
I definitely think the hashtag show is teetered leaning towards one side. We're skewed.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're,
as of like Comic
I'm
Con
called
last
once
year,
and
it
you
was
can't help.
like more Marvel
Yeah.
on our team.
Right there.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true. That's true.
we have superheroes that represent us, and they're all Marvel superheroes. So
This is true.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Are they all Marvel?
Yeah.
They're all
I
Marvel.
think
Like,
far out.
Yeah, you'd be Rogue. You already know that.
That, but isn't Jessica,
Captain Marvel.
Captain
Marvel, yeah. Joe's.
Jessica's Captain Marvel?
And then he'll
Yeah.
morph with that red too.
I thought she was Supergirl.
Oh, that was another thing. No, that was
Oh,
something
That's
else.
fine, that's fine. Put the red.
Yeah, all of us would be
Definitely
represented
the
by
best
Marvel.
use of Marvel license.
Well, I think that you know what though? I think Marvel and DC. I don't think they could really top Disney in their games. Actually,
Nah.
I think Disney has always done like a Kingdom Hearts is one of the best games that has ever
and
made.
it's good. Well, you know what? You gotta include Marvel and Kingdom Hearts because they're gonna have a Big Hero 6 stage.
That's right.
That's
So-
true.
Marvel wins.
Boom.
Kingdom
Boom.
Hearts is like one of the best games ever. So.
But I mean, we do got to realize that that Big Hero 6 from the animated movie and actual Marvel are completely
Yeah,
different.
they
the
are.
comic? Yeah.
Yeah.
The comic's dark now.
1,000% different.
The comic's dark now.
Well, not only is it completely different. First of all, one of the main characters in Big Hero 6 in the actual comics is Sunfire, which is an X-Men, and it doesn't. I mean, it's just a completely different thing. Baymax is a warrior in the comic, an android warrior. They made him this lovable, fluffy guy. I mean, they took a lot of liberties.
Well, what they have to do is
Big
go
Hero
ahead
6
and
is still Marvel,
It
and
It
it's
is?
in a Kingdom Hearts game, and so I believe Marvel takes it.
Also, don't think that Marvel can also touch Star Wars, which is amazing. Like the Shadows of the Empire, one of my favorite games, Star Wars games ever.
The little Anakin one when you had to like
The pod racing,
Yeah.
yeah. Then there's
the chemicals out.
then there's Battlefront, which is
You guys are
still
crushing
great.
it over there.
Oh my goodness, they are like, well, they are
Leveling up.
gamers. And
Did you guys beat the boss?
I was dragging Jasmine down.
Oh, so Mike and Guilty had a really hard time with this boss, and you guys just obliterated it first try.
The Tetris boss?
Yeah, apparently so. They said the boss was really hard. No, you guys, I guess you guys suck, and they're doing better than you, huh?
You're wrecked.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But was this the boss you guys were talking about that you had a hard time with, or is it another boss? I don't know.
Kale, stop disappearing.
Yo, check out
That's funny.
It's a new level.
I think this level.
Yeah, Jasmine, check it out. It's
I'm
like
looking. It's like Casino Zone, but like
Cooler.
8-bit arcade mode Casino Zone.
Okay, that's actually pretty cool.
Tails.
Anyways, back to Kelly's response about the reshoot, which I never got a chance to answer. Was I think that reshoots are always going to be normal in films, and I think that bringing on Joss Whedon's definitely going to help. I think that no matter what, Zack Snyder's kind of screwed, because if the movie's really good, it's going to be because Joss Whedon came on. If the movie sucks, it's going to be Zack Snyder's fault. So either way, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
He's going to be in director jail for a while.
Were we the ones that wrote the article that was saying that when
Jedi power battles
and Warner Brothers saw the video of it was unwatchable?
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah. But, you know, I think his tone for films are dark. I don't think he's a bad director. I just don't think he's not the right fit for the DC universe. Joss Whedon is a better choice, straight up. So, good luck.
Joss Whedon a lot.
No, Joss Whedon, he's one of the best directors for any job, period.
I disagree with that.
I wouldn't say any job. That's stretching over the floor.
Okay, tell you what.
Have you seen Avengers 2?
I liked it. It wasn't like the best, but I liked it.
I think Joss Whedon's great at writing females, but that's probably where his expertise
I thought there was something awful that happened with Joss Whedon.
Not Joss Whedon, with Zack Snyder.
No.
He had like a health thing, right?
No, you're thinking of that's Zack Snyder. That's Zack Snyder.
No, but that's not what I meant by awful. Like Joss Whedon himself is a horrible person.
Oh, his daughter killed himself for crying out loud.
What?
Pull a bit for a guy.
Whoa.
No, you're right. No, I know. That's why I'm reserving my comments about that. Plus, I don't like DC. So,
What? Wonder Woman was great though. Like
the ending was bad.
But the ending
felt like it was written by two people because they went. And Ares is a villain.
But see, if you use that excuse,
you're also kind of like, hey, Harry Potter was really great, wasn't it? Remember that guy from Harry Potter?
Yes, because he fits in Harry Potter. He doesn't fit. Like I need somebody
I just want
like Bane status.
But wait. Here's where I disagree with that argument. Is that I think Ares is a stronger villain than almost every single Marvel villain there has been.
No, Ares was great, but the only problem was my only gripe for the entire film was that moment where he's floating in his suit. I was like, no, put him in and then they immediately put him into that suit.
I mean, I was like, here's the thing. I think Marvel has the biggest, with the exception of Loki, Marvel has the biggest problem actually making good villains. You name a villain.
Are you serious?
No.
Guardians Volume 2. That was a horrible villain.
Yeah, you're right. It was a horrible villain.
No, that was evil. That was
Ego the Living Planet? Are you kidding me?
That's evil what he did to his wife. Yes, that's pure evil. Did you watch Guardians Volume 2?
Dude, that was such a lackluster. That was a lackluster movie that didn't move a plot forward.
Every villain I can find some sympathy for. There is zero sympathy for Ego. He is that evil.
I don't think it's an evil thing. It's about living on thing. I don't look at that as like a villainous tendency.
That's just
predatory.
In its characteristics.
It's survival. Yeah, I disagree with that.
It's predatory and it's survival in the wild.
Yes.
In the wild.
So back to Joss Whedon, which is what I read all over the place. If you read his leaked script of Wonder Woman,
which was terrible,
was so shitty.
It was terrible,
sexist. So him,
super misogynist.
Coming into Justice League, it's very everybody was complaining about it when he first had it before it went to.
But the reason it was misogynist. Now let's take it back so we can have. But let's take it back so we can actually get some little context and facts. Joss Whedon's script was based in World War I, and he tried to write it towards World War I, towards those characters. So if we're taking that in context, how women were treated during that time in the 1920s, 1930s, it makes sense to the time. So I'm not defending him, but yes, it was misogynist.
Kelly, he needs to get both of the balls and rings to get the UFO.
Both.
Matter of fact, you were here when they did the
balls help you speed up,
Daniel.
And then rings you get to collect to stay there longer. You said what?
You were here when they did the script read.
I mean, there's some things that I'm reading that was in the script that doesn't justify. Like it was really bad. Like,
wait, did you read the script?
Yes, I've read this article like 3 times.
But have you read the script?
no, Joe, we don't all work for the film industry.
Well, I mean, it's readily available.
And I read segments of it, and it says the script also features an awfully racist and stereotypical portrayal of a gangster-type villain, has Diana's sexy dance to distract male villains, and has multiple characters refer to Diana as a bitch and a whore. That's not in the version of the script I read. First of all, that's not in the version of the script I read. Because matter of fact, I was here when they read the script with kids, so that was not in the version of the script I read.
Wow, jeez, like really? That picked up. Yeah, that's aggressive. That kind of picked up quick.
That's really bad.
Really, Joss Whedon?
So it's very interesting.
I think that article's speculation.
Right? I thought like Joss Whedon. Oh, he knows how to write a woman and blah blah. Why would he write that? Like, I don't get that.
Someone tag me.
I mean, what website's that from?
I have a question though, real quick. Who is playing this Sonic game simultaneously with us right now?
Yes.
That's a great question.
Yes. Who bought the game?
And is playing it right now just because we either inspired you to do it or because you just were and then you were watching us at the same time?
Yeah.
That would have been even cooler.
Who is playing Sonic? And here I come.
And
I can tag in.
Alright.
I'll tag in.
I am guilty.
Tag team. Ready, player 2.
Right this second.
So what? Oh, second.
He said right this second.
Ladies and gentlemen, good to be in the hot chair. What it do?
That, I think, is the hot chair. I was getting really warm over there
Dude, it's
under
toasty.
the light, and then like you're playing.
God,
You play Sonic.
Oh God, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, what I missed? We were talking about.
Talking about how much DC sucks.
It does.
And Marvel's better.
Their movies.
I mean, if we're talking just strictly comics right now, anybody that's reading this,
Then you
Marvel
know what?
comics
You're
right now,
Marvel's better.
they're doing this thing called Generations right now, which is taking the current Marvel generation characters and linking them up with at their peak prime predecessors, and the storyline completely doesn't make sense. You could tell that Marvel is in a regression period with their comic books. DC actually has better titles in the comic book form currently, but when it comes to films, I would say Spider-Man was really good. Guardians was, I don't think Guardians was good at all.
It was a setup movie. Like it's
Not only was it didn't set anything up though.
No, it did. It set up the golden chick and all her armies for the third one.
For the third movie, but
Yeah.
we have 4 years before we get there. We have to set up Thanos first, and they didn't really move any of that plot line along at all. I think that with Marvel, what they lack are villains. There's like the strongest villain they had in their universe besides Loki was the Red Skull, and where's he been?
Yeah, I could see that.
Like every single movie has a different villain that doesn't necessarily, and it's always a villain that has to match exact powers. Ant-Man's a great example. It's like, dude, just let's think out of the box a little bit. I'm not saying they won't do a bad job because now that they have the scrolls, hopefully that will improve, but we'll see.
So, heads up to Jasmine and Daniel. They said for the boss you're at, you have to jump and hit the missiles. They'll knock back into him.
I did that. I hella died.
I think you have to jump on top of them, not ink them.
I mean, if we're
Daniel, maybe you gotta
apples and
jump
oranges, I
inside of
guess,
that rotating
whatever.
thing.
Kind of like the Koopa Turtles from Mario.
Yes. Like, here's the thing. DC does have really good villains. I do like DC villains. Their heroes, I think their heroes are way too OP though. With Marvel bad guys, again, Marvel does have like the grounded, in real life. Like if you watched the Spider-Man movie, you had this Vulture by Michael Keaton who did amazing.
That's interesting that you say
missiles.
that because the Vulture was actually for a lot of people the weakest part of the movie.
Not the red ones.
Really?
Yeah, they said that the villain wasn't as strong as they think it should have been.
It's not the strength. He was relatable. They wanted a character that like you understood why.
No, I don't disagree. I think that the Vulture was one of the best villains that Marvel's had in a long time. I mean, listen. Even with some of these Netflix series, I mean, I think that they're good. But let's be real, Iron Fist was terrible.
I enjoy Iron Fist.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Wow, I thought it was.
I didn't enjoy it for the main dude. I enjoyed it for the Daughter of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the only So because the
And-
villain acting was so bad, it was just like Iron.
So
Danny.
I know the oh no, that's the different villain. But for the for Luke Cage, I didn't really like how the story changed like in the middle of the
Oh
season.
yeah, you can completely
I
feel
like how
it.
Luke Cage was
Daniel
like,
hates Luke Cage.
No,
He hates the
I
he
love
hates
the first half. Of the
Yeah,
but he hates
I
the
hate the
actor.
second
He
half.
hates the actor.
Which actor do you not like?
Michael Couture, the main
Oh,
actor.
really?
He hates Luke Cage.
My
Because of
parents
comments.
knew the female.
Female.
I'm blanking on her name at the moment.
Rosario Dawson?
No, not Rosario Dawson.
Oh my
I like
god,
Rosario
Rosario Dawson's annoying.
The sister of the guy who died.
Oh yeah.
The guy who died.
Yeah, the guy he doesn't like.
Mariah.
Brent
You love
Castro.
Cottonmouth?
Yeah, I love Cottonmouth.
She's gonna be
I
Brent
Robbie
Castro says
Lightning.
Vulture is
I
great.
didn't like the sister. I just didn't like what's the name? No, Cottonmouth. Whatever that the dude at the very end was the bad guy that had the suit that to match.
Diamondback.
Oh, stupid.
That was like a CW villain.
Oh yes, it was.
Yes, yes.
So I do like how Iron Fist was consistent, and I really liked the daughter of the dragon. Was it Cassandra? It was with a C.
Oh, it was Colleen Wing.
Colleen Wing, thank you. And I really believe that they are setting up a series for Misty Knight and Colleen Wing.
Well,
I
here's
believe it
here's
now.
the
I want it
I
to
like that,
Daughter of
Kelly.
here's the
Dragon,
only problem I
and
have with
want
that
to
series.
happen.
They're
Is
gonna give her her super fist.
Well, here's-
I think they might.
here's the main problem I have with that series. Is that with Iron Fist, if he didn't care about getting his powers back, then I didn't care about. Or if he didn't care about getting his company back, which he was kind of nonchalant about, I didn't care about it.
Yeah, I think my issue with the character, which I think the reason why he falls flat, is because he was a little too eager. So we've got Daredevil, we've got Jessica Jones, we've got Luke Cage, and they're all like, I just want to live a normal life. I was given this, I didn't ask for it, I just want to do
I did
my
hit the
thing.
top of it, it didn't
And
work.
They're kind of like underdog rogues. Whereas the Iron Fist dude, which I can't remember his name,
Mother?
he's like, I want to be a superhero. Like, let's do this. I'm strong. Like, I'm gonna kick butt. I'm so
Yeah,
great. And I'm
hitting
like,
the top doesn't work, guys, and I'm about to
I
die.
don't know about that.
Yeah,
Well, why?
like I said, I
That's
think
what
Oh,
I
that's-
think.
I think Jessica Jones
The
is
blue
the
ones,
best
not the
out of
red
the
ones.
four.
Okay, I got
Which is
you.
interesting
Okay,
because
okay.
I've
We got this,
seen
we got
a
this.
lot of polls
Here, we
taken.
are here.
Daredevil's top rated among all of them.
That's good.
Then it's Jessica Jones, and then Luke Cage and Iron Fist are tied at the bottom.
Yeah, I like Jessica Jones a lot.
Guilty says jump on blue missiles.
Yeah,
I know, we just got
figured
it.
out.
Hope.
Maverick, have you seen any of these Netflix Marvel shows?
I did see Luke Cage for,
Did you like it?
for a second. I think I saw like the
Yeah.
first 2 episodes.
Oh,
I did. It was a little slow for me.
It's
I
slow in the
think.
beginning.
Yeah. And then obviously like I was learning a lot about the as the characters, who they were, but
I would
Where are
love
my
a Dare-
rings at, though?
and then
I wonder
I'm
if
trying to think
somebody had to
of
develop
what were
a
some other
Daredevil
ones.
game.
I think maybe the only one I've seen is Luke
How are you gonna play
Cage.
Daredevil?
Luke Cage,
Oh, it'd be cool if it was VR.
He's like that. He goes
How can you play a Daredevil VR game if
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
blind?
Exactly.
Well,
It's
that's
just a
the
blank
thing.
screen and you
That's-
just hear
I've seen, like,
noises?
some of the
No, I
newer
mean, like, you know, they have ways where they show how it echolocation,
Jessica
you know,
Jones and
whatever
Daredevil
works.
came before
It would
the
be good.
two. Jessica Jones is that female from Don't Trust Me in Apartment 23.
Okay.
And then Daredevil he's been in a lot of stuff. I-
Boardwalk Empire.
He
Charlie
was-
Cox.
I loved Boardwalk
He was in
Empire.
Boardwalk
That
Empire. He was
such a
also in
good
Stardust.
series.
I don't know if you've seen Stardust.
I love Stardust.
I like Stardust too. I think it's really good.
I think it's underrated as hell.
That's Goldust's brother, right?
is
No, it's a
we
movie with
need
It's based on the book.
Robert
It's
De
also
Niro
Goldust's
as
brother.
William Shakespeare.
we need a hashtag show
Games
Netflix.
because
Yeah.
I have.
They're doing
And
right, but
then,
also
I also want
show.
access to the hashtag anime account, but he won't give it to me.
I don't have it.
There we go.
Who has it?
I don't know. I don't have
Josh,
it.
Josh
Probably
has it?
Daryl.
Nobody has it?
Daryl has it. I
Somebody
think.
has to have it.
I don't have it.
Yeah, that's what you say to someone when you don't want to give them the account
We should do it. We
information.
should do it.
What would I hoard it for? Yeah, because I watch tons of it. I have
We should do a
tons
movie night.
of time to
That'd be
do
fun.
that.
Jasmine, Mike Templeton says just the blue missiles.
Just the blue one.
just the blue, yeah.
You
A
guys-
hashtag
guys-
movie
Are
night.
you guys
Hashtag
supporting
movie
Defenders?
night.
We should do.
Hashtag
I'm
Binge
trying not
Weekend
to touch
Watch
the orange
Defenders.
ones, but it's really
I'm
I
doing-
did see a
There you go.
You'll be really
billboard
cool.
for that show.
If we screened it live so that they could watch it with us as we're watching it.
Yeah, I think that's illegal, dude.
No, streaming is not illegal yet. Streaming a movie is not.
I got
Netflix,
it.
I feel like that they
It's
have
still
something
moving coins,
in place
and
so
there's
that
not that
people,
many
to
of
prevent
them.
people from doing it because then they don't
What?
make money. I have a feeling that they've thought of that.
Oh,
play
I
Sonic?
don't know. I've seen streaming like movies and shows all the time on like Facebook, and no one does a thing about it. Like look up LiveTunes 2.0.
Well, I think they do a thing about
Hey,
it,
anybody catch DuckTales?
but it's hard to find them.
I
I
heard,
have not yet.
I heard people
that's
didn't
what
like it very much.
I heard Josh said he didn't like it very much. I haven't seen it personally.
Why? What's wrong with it?
He just said it was slow. He said it does.
I've heard some good things. About
I haven't heard it either way if it's good or not. So nobody here's seen it? Jasmine, you're the Disney person. You haven't seen DuckTales?
I'll save it for Bippity Boppity News because this is the gaming show.
Well, answer. Have you seen it? You can answer that, right?
Yes.
Do you like it?
I love everything Disney.
I don't know if that's a real answer or
not
not.
like a real answer.
And this is a gaming show.
I'm telling you, what if
All
they
right,
did?
so
Man, maybe
So I'm gonna get she hasn't seen it. So I think the cast sounds great. I just hope the show's good. I am not.
who's the cast? Who's casted?
David Tennant's Scrooge McDuck.
That
David
is a
Tennant
good.
is coming back to the Defenders.
Wait, he's coming back. No, not to the Defenders. He's
David
coming back to
Tennant's
Jessica
Scrooge
Oh,
Jones.
was it
that
Jessica
too.
Jones
Yeah.
season 2? I thought it was Defenders.
The main villain is going
Do
to be
you
Task
think
Typhoid.
with like Marvel and then like how like huge is kind of becoming, obviously DC, everything that's being remade, are they going to branch back out
Go in here,
and
go in
do
the
video
TV.
games?
I mean, they go into the studio.
I mean-
like newer versions
so
of them?
weird.
That are
I
more
That's so
don't
weird.
think so. I think that they're going to try really hard with this Spider-Man game that Sony's
Bless
putting out.
you.
Because for the last
It
two
looks good.
E3s, we've seen a huge push for it.
It looks worth it.
So I'm hoping that they get back into video games. I think they just have to execute it. Like, the last really good superhero video game I played personally was
Arkham Asylum.
not
I
well. I'm
love
talking about Marvel.
Arkham. I love
Arkham games stand
Batman.
alone by
Those are
themselves.
great.
But
It was surprising because one of our producers, Mike Rotundo, he doesn't like it. I
no,
love it.
the
He's
what
a
were the
geek.
Marvel ones? The ones not Contest of Champions. What were they? Were they teamed up? Fuck, what was it called, Daniel? The one where they team up and you can play like multiple Heroes United or something. What was it called?
Marvel's Alliance?
Marvel's Alliance.
Oh,
Ultimate
yeah,
Alliance.
I played
That game
that
was
was great.
great.
It was great multiplayer.
Yeah, I love that.
I wish they'd make more games like that.
Me too. Like superhero RPGs make sense to me. Kind of like. I just like, but Batman does a good job at doing the Arkham games. But I heard that those are done. I can't see a Superman game personally working.
Yeah.
It just
What?
seems like it's
Oh,
gonna be
never
too
mind.
Is that
hard.
what it does?
A Wonder Woman game, however, would have been dope.
Well, not entirely. The thing
Heck
is,
no.
if they use a good 360 open world for Superman, it could be awesome.
Well, no. Here's I take that back. If they continue on the storyline of Justice League Unlimited and make that into a video game, then I think it would work.
It would be really again. That would also work. Like if they had a Justice
just
League
die in
Unlimited
your
where it's like
eyes
giant like open world, and you like respond to people and supervillains like doing things around the
This
world.
game is like, this is like
I can do
Yeah,
Doesn't
right?
it have
I don't
to
know.
be
Just
so-
like, okay, there's
Like-
popcorn,
So
there's,
weird.
there's like a
think
Vegas,
that's so
middle of
hard.
Hollywood. I don't understand what's going on here.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness
buddy.
gracious.
Oh.
Oh, that's pretty.
Sexy, right? Yeah.
What's going on there?
That makes me hurt.
I'm getting old, guys. I'm sorry. I'm turning 30 next month. Yeah, that's
Will
right.
you stop?
I like Matt Cummings' suggestion. Wonder Woman doing
Can you
God of
not?
War as a base.
Yeah, I
like
think that would be a
I
brilliant.
agree.
I really think that would be cool.
Wait, when you say using God of War
Not getting old.
as a base, are you talking about like a video game like God of War as Wonder Woman?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think that would be super cool.
That could be very cool.
A Thor game like that would work too.
Yeah. Oh, Thor great game would probably work wonders on that.
A Thor game just period would be pretty cool, especially if it was Taika Waititi directing it or writing it.
What if like they should have like a game for like all the rogue
All right,
elements
you
and
ready
like
for this?
Marvel that come together like Deadpool, Cable, Gambit, like just all the funny motherfuckers in
tried
like
to
the
hit
Marvel universe and bring them all together for a game.
Cable's not funny.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, Cable's not funny,
He's
bro.
kind of funny. He's not. He's funny because he can riff off of like, you know.
No, he
he's-
plays a straight
Okay.
man, yeah.
No, he plays straight, but them using him as kind of like the straight guy punching bag, it would totally work. I mean, that's what they do in the Deadpool game.
Yeah, they do. They
Is
actually
Cable
have
in the Deadpool game?
Yeah, he
Yes,
is.
he is.
Oh, that's great.
He plays a big part once
Is
he gets
Ryan
there,
Reynolds
too.
the
Yeah.
voice?
Like the whole Sentinel level,
No, he's a huge like influence in the game.
That's great.
Yeah.
and he keeps getting. Come on, Summers. Oh, Summers.
So, to wrap up this stream, what are your guys' final thoughts on Sonic Mania, this game specifically? Now that you've actually gotten a chance to play it.
So none of
You
the
know,
3D games.
there's a new levels in there
No, no,
that I'm
just
really
3D,
cool
they're
with.
like the side
The
games.
textures got upgraded quite a bit.
The UFO ones, 3D.
There's, I don't know if I still don't know if I
No, I don't want
buy
the whole
to
thing to be
play.
3D. That alone
But
hurt me.
again,
Well,
I think if they
not
drop
3D, but
10,
like those-
$5,
those,
it would be
like
the right price point. Otherwise, it's okay.
the new
Yeah.
Sonic
Okay.
games that came
Are you a
out.
fan?
They're
Oh,
on
new
I mean, I am
this
a
is a new
fan
game on
as far
its
as,
like
like,
inspired by, but it's a new
with
game on
it
its own. I'll take
obviously
it.
touching back on what it used to be. I don't know if anybody's ever actually played like an old game on a newer HDTV or anything like that, and just plugged in an old system. I get so sick because of like I didn't realize how bad the graphics were then.
What are you talking about? It looks great.
Well, yeah, because this is a new game.
Oh, I see what
Yeah,
you're saying.
And
it's
so-
a
remake.
huge texture updates.
Right, so that's like something that like I think would be nice to like play the
Doesn't
old
matter.
games, but actually be able to like see what I'm doing.
Very true.
I know that you don't play video games often, but is this something that you would come back to?
If I'm being honest, probably not.
Probably
no.
not.
I'm gonna get away from
I would need.
Do you have zero?
Someone Jasmine.
A bigger glass of wine?
I need more buttons to push.
So what type of games are you into?
I'm more into like racing games, like fighting games.
So like party games?
Puzzle games, yeah, like party games. Probably.
Like Smash Brothers, Mario Kart,
right?
Any type of racing game that's multiplayer.
Right.
Yeah, those are fun.
Those.
I love those.
Don't touch it.
Joe?
I think that if you're a Sonic fan, it's worth getting. If you're a fan of nostalgic games, it's absolutely worth it. If you're a fan,
like side-scrolling games, it's definitely
side-scrolling games is totally for you. I think that if you're just looking for an actual game that you want to get into, then probably not. Like I'm sure there are other games that are better suited for you. But also, if you have small kids, this is a great game for them. Like this is something that they can have a lot of fun.
Well, that's exactly what I compared it to. Like if my little brother right now is like, let's play a game, I really like come play Sonic with me. I would probably be Tails just so like he could play, and I would just like be there to support him and play it with him. But like I would probably end up suggesting another game because like I want to be a little bit more interactive.
Then again, you could probably, if you mean depending on how young the kid is, you could probably play Sonic and they could play Tails and you could make it seem like they're doing something.
That's true.
So I mean, I think this game is definitely for all ages. It's not for if you're an advanced gamer that plays like, you know, those really competitive like games like FPS and stuff. You're probably gonna skip out because you've already played this and it's a short fix. You're gonna play this for nostalgia and then you're gonna be done with it and you're gonna be like, I just spent $20.
We just figured that out.
Give that disposable income. Sure,
we literally just
I
were
do
saying
wish
that.
that they had more cooperative co-op mode. Tails really just doesn't do much.
You can sacrifice
him. He's a controller. He just does his autopilot.
Hashtag little brother for life.
Daniel, what are your final thoughts on Sonic Mania?
I love it now that we figured out we can sacrifice Tails. It's so great.
Yeah, you don't really need to do anything with Tails.
Except die.
Except die. That's what I ended up doing when I played with Sam over here. Jasmine, final thoughts on Sonic Mania?
I'm coming over and playing this game, Kelly. I don't have a console anymore. So my brother took the PlayStation when he moved out. So yeah.
I would be much happier if their co-op mode was a lot more like the competitive mode where you have the dual screens and Tails can actually do something.
Yeah.
But as a standalone, I don't play side-scrolling games by myself as much. This is the type of game I would like to play with friends, and the way it is right now, it's not really like that, but I already own the game. I bought it, so I will be playing it. That pretty much wraps up our
But we are
experience.
also playing it in co-op mode instead of competitive mode, which could be a huge difference also.
I like this.
Yeah, we played both. Have you played both?
I mean, we played it a little bit, then me and Maverick wanted to team up.
Yeah.
I wish that the co-op mode was split screen like the competitive
Sure,
mode.
yeah.
Like, whenever we played, again, like, so this is back to whenever I was playing video games, when you would play Donkey Kong, and you could have Donkey Kong in the little island.
Diddy Kong!
Like, that was more interactive, like, you felt like you could do more whenever you played them together.
Yeah.
Because you could also, like, he'd reach back and you'd slap hands, and so that's what I was
That was
asking
cool.
Joe. I was like, can't we, like, switch up tag, like, who leads this? And we couldn't.
Yes, queen.
But, I mean, I enjoyed the game. I had fun. It's serving its purpose for a video game. It's entertaining me. So I'm into it. Obviously, I'll come back to it. But that's pretty much it for our gameplay and review, like first impressions on Sonic Mania. Joe, where can everyone find you?
That hashtag Joe on Instagram and Twitter and on Facebook, and you can check me out over at ScreenMan.
Samuel, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Instagram at SlammySammyLock. You can find me on Twitter at SlammySammyLock. And you can find me on YouTube at Steam Bunny Prod, all one word. I do comedy there and stuff sometimes. And here at that hashtag show.
And Maverick, when you're not in the sky, where can we find you?
You took it. I was like, oh, well, I'm on, Instagram. You just look me up. Kind of the only person that spells my name the way that I do. Or you can find me in the sky with Last Carolina.
Jasmine, where can everyone find you?
Can they hear me on this mic, or do I have to be really loud?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Jasmine Loves You X on all social media. Tuesdays with Kelly and Sam. Thursdays with Daryl and Ernie for anime. And Fridays, Bibbidi Bobbidi News, our Disney News channel, our news show, airs. So you guys should definitely, it's not live, it's pre-recorded and edited and looks awesome. And you guys should definitely check that out.
And Daniel.
You can find me on most social media at Battlestar Galactica. That's right. Spell it right. You heard it. And you can also soon find me while I'm on Hessian Hangout with Daryl. But you can also find me usually crashing other shows or on the new Geek Dating Advice show, Quest for Player 2. Just kind of follow us on Instagram right now. That's where we're starting, and we got a lot of good advice and things that we're putting out there, and you'll see a lot more coming up. So kind of look out for that.
Yeah.
And I'm Kelly. You can find me here on Tuesdays with Achievement Unlocked. We have a special, another special episode coming next week for Uncharted. So stay tuned next Tuesday. Please follow our Twitch page at twitch.tv/that#show. Samuel will be streaming No Man's Sky tomorrow.
Yes.
You can find me on all social media at Kinky Cupcakes with a Z at the end. Thank you so much for watching, tuning in for this game stream where we played Sonic Mania. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with everything trending in
geek pop culture.